Gradu gde se održava profesionalni meč za titul prvaka svoga. Je dobro? Jeste me čuli? Dobro, hvala. Razumem. kaže, jel krećemo tačno u 19 časova? Ili ćete javiti?
Hello, this is Ronald on the left-hand box, the English commentator. This is Ronald testing talk back to the truck from the left-hand side of the commentary box. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Ron. Yes, I am. I'm on the talkback. So is the talkback switched? Are you going to be able to talk to the two commentators separately? All right. Okay, thank you.
Je se glas je sve ok, ili tako? Onda čekam kad vi date znak, ja počinjem.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Vienna, the capital of Austria, which lies on the east of the Danube River. East of the country on the Danube River, you join us for another edition of IBA Champions Night Boxing. There's a fight card scheduled for this evening's edition. 6 bouts taking place. We've got women's action opening the show at 63 kilograms. Super heavyweight fair in action as well. And let's hand over to our MC, Karim, for the opening of the program.
Setting here at the Hilton Hotel in the center of Vienna, Austria, for IBA Champions Night Vienna. Presented to you by the president of the IBA in association with the Austrian Federation of Box, President Mr. Yoel, and we have an action-packed featuring outstanding talent and respected champions from around the world. 6 feature bouts, all excellent matchups, and headlined by 8 rounds of boxing. for the IBA Pro European title. And this contest features hard-hitting Serbian Mladen Babic against an exciting boxer from right here in Austria, HAGAG. All bouts are live. Please check out IBA.com, and we urge you to follow all our social media platforms this evening for all the backstage footage and innovative content. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our first contest of the evening. This contest, 6 2-minute rounds in the 63-kilogram weight division. So please welcome to the ring first, coming to us in the black corner from Lithuania, Anna Starovoitova!
Idemo na prvu borbu programa. To je kategorija do 63 kilograma.
So preparing to make her way into the arena here at the Hilton Vienna Park in the Austrian capital. Anna Starovoitova got an undefeated record in the professional ranks, 31 years of age, and a highly accomplished boxer in IBA boxing. Current and multiple bronze medalists from the European Championships, took a bronze at 60 kilograms in Belgrade earlier this year, thanks to the bronze that she won in Budva, Montenegro in 2022, also at 60 kilograms. Multiple national championships under her belt in the Baltic nation. And here, preparing for a contest over 6 2-minute rounds. In the event that she goes the distance, it will represent the furthest that she has ever been, because in her one scheduled 2-rounder as a professional way back in 2017, she ended things early in the first.
Her opponent coming to us in the gold corner from Croatia, Sara.
Evo, Sara BERAM, 29 godina, 60 mečeva. Bronza sa evropskog prvenstva.
Croatia's Sara BERAM was the other, was also a bronze medalist in the 2022 European Championship, coming away with a bronze at 63 kilograms, which was bested by Ireland's Amy Broadhurst at the semi-final stage. 6th place quarter-finalist in the European Games in Krakow in Poland, multiple national titles under her belt at around 63 kilograms. So two boxers with similar levels of attainment on the continental stage, preparing to open our Champions Night show here in Vienna in Austria. He's scheduled over 2-minute rounds. The event, an accidental flash causing a touch causing some contest to be stopped, will go to the scorecard after 2 completed rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is IBA Champions Night Vienna, presented to you by Mr. in association with the Austria Boxverband. Your officials for this contest are judges at ringside: Mr. Barry Tucker of Ireland, Mr. Luca Barionga of Italy, Mr. Alvin Finch of England, and your referee in charge of the action from Estonia is Mr. Jakob Peterson. And now it's time to meet the boxers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing 62.5 kilograms, with 27 big amateur wins, and as a professional, she is unbeaten, with 3 wins against no losses. An IBA European Games bronze medalist, she comes to us from Vilna, Lithuania. Please welcome Anna Starovoitova! And across the ring stands her opponent in the gold corner, weighing 62.3 kilograms. 30 big amateur wins. She comes to us as a Croatian national champion and a European Games quarter-finalist. Please welcome, making her IBA professional debut from Zagreb, Croatia, Sara. please keep your heads up, normally, no low. Listen to my commands all the time. Okay, that was good luck.
And of course, they'll be seeking to make the opponent miss and score with a counter. Right-left combination attempted by STAROVOITOVA, and a left cross which followed the right jab wasn't too far away. That brings about a response from BERAM, who is on the front foot in pursuit of STAROVOITOVA at the bell. Again, you see STAROVOITOVA trying to counter after BERAM steps in with her own offense. But her feet out of range when she's letting her hands go. Did sustain the attack just before the bell to conclude the third round. But the single phase attacks thus far from STAROVOITOVA, where she's trying to seemingly play counter-puncher, haven't yielded much success. So will she be advised to try and double up the attack, make it a two-phase attack, and perhaps have success with the second one, because the single phase attack BERAM seems to be dealing with quite comfortably. So into the second half of this contest then, and now STAROVOITOVA seeking to get busy with a right jab which she's circling from around her belt line, bringing it up and then taking it back on that circular motion. Counter right hand from BERAM not too far away. Both boxers continuing to shape up nicely on the edge of range. It's BERAM who has found the distance with more consistent success through the first 3 completed rounds. STAROVOITOVA in there competing. It's BERAM who breaks the standoff once again. There's a double right hand. Hook to the body and then turning it over as a hook to the head. As she evidenced earlier on in the contest, as BERAM has turned southpaw here now, making it an all left-handed affair. Will this different look just catch STAROVOITOVA off guard? Will she be able to make the adjustment to the change of stance presented by BERAM? Exchange at center ring was perhaps first and third boxing from BERAM, who's continuing to operate as a southpaw boxer. STAROVOITOVA again content to hold her hands down low in that relaxed guard, trying to draw that lead from BERAM. But again, BERAM retreating behind a cuffing right hook out of that southpaw stance in the closing stages of this 4th round. Left hand out of the southpaw stance was an effective overhand shot from BERAM. Two rounds scheduled to remain in this 6-round affair. Change of tactics from BERAM. Reaped dividends in round number 4, because she was able to enjoy success as a southpaw boxer. Did result in the most sustained exchange we've seen in the contest so far. But from my perspective here ringside at the Hilton Vienna Park Hotel in the Austrian capital, it was BERAM who got the better of it. There's that double right hook in evidence once again. Body then head. STAROVOITOVA seeks to fight fire with fire, but BERAM's punches more accurate during that trade-off. So into the 5th round we go then. There's a beautiful right hand to the body from BERAM, driven in from some distance away, but she stepped through and landed the shot with her palm turned upwards. She's reverted to the orthodox stance here to begin this 5th round. And again, another right hand success to the body from the backhand of BERAM. Both of these boxers attempted to qualify for the recent Olympic Games, as BERAM returned to the southpaw stance and bobbing and weaving her way forwards as she's seeking to get over that front foot, looping overhand left out of the southpaw stance from STAROVOITOVA. STAROVOITOVA was off the mark. But both of the boxers competing in both of the global Olympic qualification event after they fell short of the qualification mark in the first continental qualifier at the European Games in Krakow in Poland last year. First global qualifier was in Busto Arsizio in northern Italy. Beautiful left hook landed by BERAM. STAROVOITOVA lost in the first preliminary round to Sheila Martinez of Spain, while it was an exit to the boxer from Japan, Tagauchi, experienced by BERAM. And went to the second global qualification event in Thailand, but again unable to progress through. Solid left hand landed by STAROVOITOVA, but that brought about a response from BERAM. Face of STAROVOITOVA just reddening now, and I'm not quite sure whether that's from her exertions or the leather that she has been tagged with as she gets through with another left hand during that exchange. And perhaps the busiest round of the contest in terms of action thus far, as STAROVOITOVA increased her work rate in that 5th round and enjoyed success. So some of the action. Two boxers tussling on the inside. Beautiful double hook again. Body then head. And how about that for a lead left hook, followed by a clash of heads. BERAM stepping in behind that shot. STAROVOITOVA not appreciating the follow through with the head. So the sixth and final round then. So, referee Mr. Jakov Peterson calling time because the ponytail hairstyle of STAROVOITOVA just requiring some attention from her coach. Some intricate, dare I say it, elaborate hairdressing taking place. Saw that person on photography duty earlier on. Assisting the coach in ensuring that STAROVOITOVA's hair isn't an impediment to either her or BERAM. It's not just a fashion statement, but don't want hair flailing into the eyes of the boxer whose hair is out of the ponytail or into that of the opponent. As BERAM going in search of a straight right hand. STAROVOITOVA again continuing to go in search of points behind that southpaw right jab. But it's BERAM who has, for my money, controlled the terms of this contest for most of it. STAROVOITOVA remaining in pursuit of her opponent, but in seeking to play counter-puncher, she's often found herself out of range and hasn't been effective at drawing the lead of BERAM, which she can then counter when BERAM has chosen to lead off. She's often had the better of the exchanges courtesy of first and third boxing. Both boxes inaccurate there as STAROVOITOVA with the shoulder shimmy, but BERAM into range and then trying to Euro step away into distance, switching to southpaw on the fly. Good movement in clockwise fashion to her left from STAROVOITOVA to avoid the right jabs of BERAM, but again wasn't able to land any effective offense of her own because she was beyond punching range. So STAROVOITOVA is demonstrating that she's controlling the distance by holding her arms out straight like that. But for my money, she needed a big final round in a big bid to overturn what I feel is a deficit after 5 completed rounds. It's going to be difficult to do that on the back foot. Of course, there is always the opportunity to end it inside the distance, but that's not going to be the case here. And with 6 rounds concluded, 6 rounds concluded in our show opener here in the Austrian capital, for my money, it is Sara BERAM who has done enough to earn a points victory in that contest. STAROVOITOVA never stopped competing, but in seeking to play counter-puncher, more often than not, she wasn't able to find the range with her attempts at counters. And oftentimes when leading off, it was BERAM who was able to find her distance, find her range, and land with effective scoring shots. A double hook from both flanks, body and head, was a really effective combination for her, and she used that on a pretty consistent basis throughout the contest. So for what it's worth, I think that the woman in the opposite corner, the gold corner, Sara BERAM of Croatia, is going to be declared as the victor here. But remember, we've got 3 scoring judges, the 10-point must system being used. So we await their verdict. Once the boxers have the gloves removed, they'll be called to center ring by referee Mr. Jakov Peterson. And I think it will be this woman who will be announced as the winner at the conclusion of our show opener here.
where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the gold corner, representing Croatia, Sara.
So there's confirmation of a unanimous point decision victory for Croatia's Sara BERAM, taking it for all three scoring judges here at the Hilton Vienna Park over the 6-2-minute round, and always gave the impression that she was the boxer dictating the terms and indeed the tempo of the contest. Credit in the direction of Anna Stadtpark, who never stopped competing. For the most part, she was in pursuit of her opponent, although on occasion BERAM did change the tenor of the bout and play front foot aggressor herself. With a looping left hook that she landed, a tangle of legs ensued, which resulted in that trip to the canvas for Stadtpark. But the double hook, just inaccurate with it there from Sara BERAM, was a really prominent combination in her repertoire. Often dug it into the body before switching it to the head. She showed the ability to switch hit and operate out of both stances in a contest between boxers who have each claimed European bronze medals in the 3-round format of IBA boxing. It was Croatia's Sara BERAM who came out on top here on the IBA Champions Night stage over 6-2-minute rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our next contest of the evening. This contest, 8 3-minute rounds in the 54-kilogram weight division. Please welcome to the ring first, coming to us in the black corner, representing Kazakhstan, Samat.
So into the arena is Kazakhstan's Samat ZHETIBAYEV, 27 years of age, from Aktau in Kazakhstan. Brings a 7-fight professional record to the boxing ring. 6 wins, 1 defeat, and 4 of those victories coming inside the distance. So he was in the ring as recently as of June of this year. That was his first loss after rattling off 5 straight victories in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
preparing for his IBA Champions Night debut.
In the gold corner, representing Venezuela, Yoel FINOL.
Well, if you're a fan of IBA boxing, this man needs no introduction. Yoel FINOL, one of the best IBA boxers of his generation. 28 years of age, is a man from Merida in Venezuela. Brings to the ring a 3-fight professional record, amassed between 2019 and 2020. But in IBA 3-round boxing, he is formidable. 2-time Olympian, having competed in the games of Rio and Tokyo. And in Rio, 8 years ago, he was a silver medalist in the flyweight division after the disqualification of the original silver medalist, Mikhail Aliyan, who was disqualified following a failed doping test. So the formidable Yoel FINOL over into the gold corner.
Champions Night Vienna, presented to you by IBA President Mr. ZOKIROV in association with the Österreichische Boxverband. Your officials for this contest are judges at ringside from Estonia, Jakhongir, from Ireland, Barry Tucker, and from Italy, Luca Vanilonga. Your referee in charge of the action at the bell from England is Mr. Alvin Finch. And now it's time to meet the boxers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in at 54 kilograms. He has 15 big wins as an amateur and as a professional. 6 wins against just 1 defeat. 4 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. An international men's boxing tournament semi-finalist. He comes to us from Aktau, Kazakhstan. Samat. fighting out of the gold corner, weighing in 53.7 kilograms. 38 big wins as an amateur and as a professional. His record is a perfect one. 3 wins, no losses. One of his wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting a former 2016 Olympic silver medalist. He comes to us from Merida, Venezuela. Yoel.
So there, a look at the tail of the tape between these two 54-kilogram boxers. And we are underway. 8 3-minute rounds in the 54-kilogram division between two accomplished operators indeed. The southpaw, wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold, just taken a stiff left jab to the body, is Yoel FINOL. 28 years of age, from Merida in Venezuela. The boxer seeking to get over the front foot and operating out of the orthodox stance, who's just landed with a good left jab to the body, is Samat ZHETIBAYEV. Even though he's got a 6-1 record in the professional ranks, still, as many boxers do in this current era, switches between the 3-round format and the professional code as well. So here he is in a contest scheduled for 8, looking for that spearing left jab upstairs. FINOL just seeking to turn a left uppercut underneath out of that southpaw stance. Stepping in behind the left cross is FINOL. Looking for an overhand left out of that southpaw stance is the 2016 Olympic silver medalist. ZHETIBAYEV just threatening to come forwards behind that high held guard. Big swing and a miss with the southpaw left, as left from FINOL. Beautiful counter left hand from FINOL, then followed by a straight left hand right down the middle. The first shot of those two counters was a beautiful uppercut turned in out of the port-sided stance. Looking for that same shot once again, but not able to find a range with it. ZHETIBAYEV continuing to press. Beautiful footwork from FINOL, who came forwards and then was able to get around the rear of his opponent while keeping the combination going. Fantastic ring crafting evidence as ZHETIBAYEV, perhaps in a bid to slow down those fleet-footed maneuvers, sinking in a shot to the body. Here he's seeking the body with the right hand once again. FINOL, such a composed operator in the boxing ring, but how about that for some accurate straight punching, followed by a slapping right hand into the left flank of FINOL from ZHETIBAYEV. But FINOL answering immediately with a crisp combination of his own, ending with an eye-catching right hook. So ZHETIBAYEV using that straight right hand effectively once again. Both boxers enjoying success in what has been a terrific opening round of quality boxing. ZHETIBAYEV just stepping through behind that right hand after not finding the range with it, and on a 10-second clapper, a fast-fisted flurry from FINOL. Many of the shots in that burst catching gloves. But quality in evidence over the first 3 minutes from these two experienced, accomplished operators. Some of the action from the first round. There was the footwork from FINOL, enabling to circle his opponent and then tag him from the other side. Beautiful counter right hand, which came behind a left cross from FINOL. A round where both boxers enjoyed success. I just happen to think that the man in the gold corner did the better work overall, but a competitive 3 minutes, make no mistake about that. So into the second round we go. I misspoke earlier when I said it was the first Champions Night outing for Samat ZHETIBAYEV, because of course he beat the man from the Philippines, Yoel in Sapukov in Champions Night action. And there he sinks in a good two-shot combination to the body and then a beautiful right hand straight down the middle. So stepping up his pressure in this second round is ZHETIBAYEV. FINOL just bobbing and weaving to avoid the straight shots coming in his direction, but again, two-shot combination with FINOL's back momentarily to the ropes. Pushed out by ZHETIBAYEV. Counter two-shot salvo not too far away, and a spearing left cross to the body from FINOL is a scoring shot. ZHETIBAYEV continuing to press. Left hook, right hand not too far away. Counter right hand from FINOL was a scoring shot, and beautiful movement in the pocket from FINOL before scoring with a straight left hand. So ZHETIBAYEV continuing his pursuit of the fleet-footed FINOL. And again, FINOL showing beautiful movement in the pocket and then exploding out of a crouch to land with a two-shot combination upstairs. Beautiful counter right hand from FINOL and kept the attack going, ending the exchange with a right hand from ZHETIBAYEV. Both men continuing to show wonderful movement in the pocket. Fantastic head movement from ZHETIBAYEV to avoid that shot from FINOL, and then made his man miss and made him pay with a counter right hand. FINOL Euro stepping in front of his man. Two-shot combination, left hand followed by a roundhouse right. As FINOL picking up the rapidity of his punches here now, with 40 seconds remaining in the second round. Half cover guard adopted by ZHETIBAYEV, and he was picked off upstairs by a rapier-like right hand. There's another one from FINOL, followed by a left cross success to the body. ZHETIBAYEV responding with a right hand downstairs of the straight variety. But nice movement in the pocket from FINOL once again. It's been a fascinating round, this one. Both boxers enjoying success. Strong start by ZHETIBAYEV, but FINOL demonstrating wonderful hitting and moving through this final passage of the round. Second round in the books. Fantastic action once again over the course of that second 3-minute frame. Both boxers enjoying success. Again, not just contrasting stances, but contrasting styles as well, making this a fantastic encounter so far. The NSASI just being applied to the left eye of FINOL. NSASI will be packed in ice in between rounds, and it's a cold compress effectively, an aid for the corner man to keep any potential swelling down. Here's some of the action from the second round, and that sequence there, perhaps the second round in microcosm, as both men showing wonderful head movement. As I say that, just seeing a sequence of the flashing combination success from FINOL. But a round of quality boxing in that second 3-minute stanza. So the third round underway. Left hand to the body from ZHETIBAYEV, countered by a combination upstairs from FINOL. FINOL not only an undefeated professional at 3-0. Two of his contests have gone the 6-round distance, but also while he was in the vest on a regular basis for his country, he also competed in World Series boxing for the Venezuela Caciques. And enjoyed terrific successes when that competition. That's a fantastic right hand as FINOL operating as an orthodox boxer here now. They're standing square on the ropes, inviting pressure, and Accommodating him in that regard is ZHETIBAYEV, who's landing with hooks and then a right hand over the top. FINOL back as a southpaw. A straight right hand to the body from ZHETIBAYEV is countered by a right jab downstairs from FINOL. Roundhouse right was caught on the forearms of FINOL, again, who is content to retreat to the ropes and invite pressure for just getting back to the space of ring center. A beautiful right uppercut turned underneath from FINOL. Oh, terrific 1-2 combination. FINOL content to drop his hands out of the orthodox stance and then just pieced up his man with that terrific two-shot salvo. ZHETIBAYEV shooting that shot over the shoulder, and how about that for a corkscrew left hand from around the kneecap from FINOL. Wonderful quality and evidence, the burst of shoe shine punches through the middle from FINOL. And he really is varying the pace and the power of his punches to good effect here in the third round, Yoel FINOL. Again, that's a quick burst of punches. He didn't sit down on him and exhibit power as ZHETIBAYEV comes back with his own success. Right hand beneath the left elbow of FINOL was a solid shot. But the variety in the repertoire of FINOL being demonstrated in this round so far. But again, he's content to retreat to the ropes. And you see that mouth that was being worked on by the corner team prior to this third round just beginning to swell again beneath his left eye. So ZHETIBAYEV momentarily tucking his chin behind his shoulder, stepped in with a left-right combination, but couldn't quite find the range. So closing seconds of the third round. Left jab was a successful shot for ZHETIBAYEV, and again, FINOL showing his experience, because on the 10-second clapper in each of the previous two rounds, he really has upped the tempo. And how many great three-round boxers in Olympics and World Championships have we seen do that over the years, a trait that they've carried into the professional ranks. Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. In the closing stages of the round, they get busy in a bid to leave something favorable in the mind of the judges. Remember, 3 judges ringside here. 10-point must system in effect. But again, this a really intriguing contest in a bout where both boxers are enjoying success, but some of the quality and evidence and the movement and punch picking of Yoel FINOL was eye-catching indeed in that third round. Right hook out of the southpaw stance. Then the burst of punches where he doesn't put anything on them, but they keep ZHETIBAYEV occupied. His punches were fewer, but perhaps more solid overall, particularly shots downstairs. But the volume and variety coming from the fist of the 2016 Olympic silver medalist. So into the fourth round, and a ZHETIBAYEV 3-shot burst to both body and head. FINOL having to play Barber in there for a moment as he adjusts his mane, which was threatening to go in his eyes. Nice movement from FINOL to avoid the right cross, which came behind a left jab from ZHETIBAYEV, as ZHETIBAYEV continues to press. 2-shot combination went straight in between the high-held gloves of FINOL from ZHETIBAYEV. Good right hand to the body out of the orthodox stance from the switch, hitting Yoel FINOL. ZHETIBAYEV threatening to adopt the half-cover guard, looking for a right uppercut at mid-range, and almost found a home for that right uppercut. FINOL back as a southpaw boxer, poking out that lead right stick, but then again dropping down to the body in a bid to slow those feet down to good effect is ZHETIBAYEV. Right hook was a beautiful shot out of the southpaw stance from FINOL, and a left uppercut right hook attempted from FINOL as he continues to persist as a southpaw boxer through this portion of the round. Terrific work from FINOL once again, moving around the target beautifully. Straight right hand was a nice single shot from ZHETIBAYEV. There he uses the same shot once again, as FINOL moving like a character from the Matrix as he bobs and weaves in the pocket to avoid the incoming fire from ZHETIBAYEV. Changes direction by spinning around the clock face once again. And this is wonderful movement at mid-range being exhibited by FINOL. He's really trying to distract and bamboozle his man here now, making him miss and seeking to make him pay. There's an overhand right out of the orthodox stance as FINOL with a beautiful portion of boxing through this second minute of the round. ZHETIBAYEV remaining concentrated on his task, and again he drops down to the body and scores with a good right hand beneath the left elbow of FINOL. But FINOL with a fantastic passage of the frame, right hooked, right hand through the middle, left hook around the corner from ZHETIBAYEV in what is again a wonderfully competitive round of boxing. Right hand out of the orthodox stance with an overhand shot with a bent elbow, followed by good work to the body from FINOL. Wonderful left uppercut on the inside from FINOL, and this is terrific action with just under 30 seconds remaining in the fourth. Ali's shuffle is a brief burst of fancy footwork from FINOL, who's continuing to spin around the target, turning in front of his man to reduce the size of the target that ZHETIBAYEV has to aim at. Left hand is a successful shot, glancing upstairs from ZHETIBAYEV, but look at that burst of activity on the 10-second clapper once again from the 2016 Olympic silver medalist. Fantastic action, my goodness. What a demonstration of skill and movement in the pocket, particularly from FINOL, we were treated to during the course of that fourth round. This man was in the round every second of the way. And again, it can often be what you prefer, but I think that the man in the black corner was busy. His punches were heavy, but the movement and the variety demonstrated in the shot selection of FINOL was notable in that third round indeed. Body and head being worked effectively, and again, sharp shooting successes, is able to spin around the target after landing that right hand. Another example of the flashy work from FINOL, but it's effective. For my money, he was the busier boxer, landed the greater number of shots. As we move into the second half of the contest, while the sound of the bell was still reverberating around the Hilton Vienna Park, left uppercut was let fly by ZHETIBAYEV, and again, compared to the flash of FINOL, this man rooted in fundamentals as he continues to pursue FINOL. Right hook was blocked by the left glove of FINOL, but the left hand to the body, an effective tactic again from ZHETIBAYEV. FINOL, who is so comfortable on the back foot, does an outstanding job of not just being a back foot boxer. Occasionally he holds his feet, makes his man miss, and then accommodates him by remaining at mid-range, but then he's adept at using fantastic footwork to spin around the target, head movements such as that, bending at the knees and dipping, making his man miss while remaining in punching range himself. It really is fantastic to behold as he attempts a left hand to the body out of the southpaw stance, and see how he tried to grab the gloves, drag the gloves of ZHETIBAYEV down and bring that left hook, that left hand over the top out of the southpaw stance. And to pry open those defenses of ZHETIBAYEV, who's continuing his front foot pressure against the man from Venezuela. Nice movement in the pocket again from FINOL, but ZHETIBAYEV remaining composed in the face of this bundle of dynamism in front of him. But the manner in which FINOL's able to step around the target, impressive indeed. And look at that, tagging his man with two shots with a trace of blood coming from the nose of ZHETIBAYEV. As again, FINOL, just as he did in the second minute of round number 4, really going through the gears here through this portion of the round and backing up ZHETIBAYEV. A right cross rocked him down to his boots, delivered from the orthodox stance of Yoel FINOL, and he senses that he's got his man going here, and he's continuing to seek to work him over to both body and head. ZHETIBAYEV remaining in there, but his chin being touched up by these flashing straight punches of Yoel FINOL, who's enjoyed a terrific portion of the round. And ZHETIBAYEV's work becoming just a little bit more ragged, breathing through an open mouth. His nose damage may make breathing through the nose more difficult. His punch output has slowed dramatically, losing sharpness on the shots because that's because he's been touched up repeatedly by the sharp shooting shots of Yoel FINOL. Terrific portion of the 5th round. From about the minute mark gone. And my goodness, as he stepped on the gas, went through the gears, he sustained his success, did Yoel FINOL. And that was a magnificent round of boxing for the man from Venezuela. Credit to Samat ZHETIBAYEV, because he was touched up repeatedly there, but he continued to compete. I think there can be little doubt that that was a really good round of boxing for Yoel FINOL. Some of the action from the round is, again, we see the beautiful footwork of Yoel FINOL, able to spin around his target and find the range with shots from underneath and straight punches as well. Torrid round endured by Samat ZHETIBAYEV. Flashing right cross, landing flush from FINOL. Big success out of both stances. So we move into round number 6 of a 54-kilogram contest that is scheduled for 8. Yoel FINOL enjoying a magnificent round in the 5th. We really did increase his punch output and go through the gears. ZHETIBAYEV, 60-second interval is often an eternity for boxers in condition to see their energy levels recover. He will have received instruction in that corner. The damaged nose has been treated and he has come out with renewed fervor. Left hand to the body was a solid shot. It was preceded by a right hand to the chest plate from ZHETIBAYEV. And he will know more than anyone that it was a tough 5th round for him. And showing his competitive spirit in spades, he has come out with renewed purpose here in round number 6 as he seeks to secure his get back, continuing to work behind that half cover guard, the gloves and the forearms, covering his torso, seeking to keep his chin down on his chest. FINOL just seeking to prise open that defense with those pecking, poking punches. Solid left hook clumped in, and then a right hand downstairs from ZHETIBAYEV. But when Yoel FINOL, who just spoken to by referee Mr. Alvin Finch for illegal use of the shoulder, looking for that counter right hand out of the orthodox stance once again, and then as he continues to bob and weave inside, dipping and slipping to evade the incoming fire, he's often able to spring up out of a crouch as ZHETIBAYEV lands a solid left jab. The left hook was caught by the gloves. But the dynamism of FINOL has just made life difficult for ZHETIBAYEV. There he attempted a left hook to the body, but he just threatened to go around the rear. As again, ZHETIBAYEV just struggling to keep up with the rapidity of the movement. The slipping and dipping from FINOL. And then he comes out of that with rapid fire combinations such as that. It really is beautiful to behold from Yoel FINOL. Left hook inaccurate from ZHETIBAYEV. And when he throws singles against FINOL in this type of mood, well, invariably the single shot is inaccurate. There he lets a right hand go where he does find a range, turns through a double right hand. Uppercuts and hooks coming from ZHETIBAYEV. ZHETIBAYEV remaining committed to his task. As again, FINOL with a burst of flashy punches. And again, even though he's reducing the power and increasing the speed, the shots which do the most damage in the boxing ring are the ones that the opponent doesn't see. And when FINOL picks up the pace like that, you'll see that ZHETIBAYEV's head hasn't finished being snapped back from the previous shot before he's tagged with another one. Punches in bunches coming from Yoel FINOL during the closing stages of that 6th round. But credit to Samat ZHETIBAYEV, because again, his competitive spirit continuing to burn brightly here with 2 rounds remaining. Well, some of the action from that 6th round. Again, when FINOL dials up the dynamism. Makes matters really difficult for Samat ZHETIBAYEV, but credit to him for remaining committed to the game plan drawn up by his coaches. But you see those straight shots, how they just snapped his head back and he's not unable to return fire. So into round 7 of a 54-kilogram contest that is scheduled for 8. Samat ZHETIBAYEV just seeking to walk down FINOL, who's operating from behind that half-cover guard, tucking his chin behind his shoulder, making it something of a Philly shell from the man from Merida in Venezuela. Clumping right hand attempted, but caught effectively by the left glove of Yoel FINOL. Couldn't perform the counter after catching that shot effectively with his defenses. And now seeking to make this physical on the inside and getting through with a good right hook is ZHETIBAYEV. And against such a explosive, fast-fisted, fleet-footed operator, perhaps he would be well advised to try and turn this one into something of a street fight inside the four corners of the boxing ring. And very difficult to do against such an accomplished, experienced operator. Beautiful movement in the pocket once again, and then countering just from long range is Yoel FINOL. Wonderful punch picking once more, sinking in a left hook to the body, right uppercut through the middle. And ZHETIBAYEV, again, not a case of weathering the storm as FINOL seeks to spin around him once more. As he again just swinging and missing because of the good metronome-like movement on the inside from the bobbing, weaving Yoel FINOL. Of course, it's difficult to sustain that type of movement and rapid fire combination punching. So now FINOL's taking a breather after that burst of dynamism. This is where ZHETIBAYEV's got to get busy, but again, you saw his head jolted back repeatedly by that quick-fisted flurry coming from Yoel FINOL. Now dropping down to the body and sitting down on his shots, getting some real leverage into them. ZHETIBAYEV coming back with jabs of his own as another flashing right hand catches him from FINOL. Terrific two-way action with 2 minutes gone in the penultimate round. Left cross landed out of the southpaw stance. Left hook to the body, right hook to the head, and more. Oh, terrific burst of sustained action from the flashing fist of Yoel FINOL. And Samat ZHETIBAYEV has to back up. Fantastic shot selection, wonderful variety being demonstrated by FINOL, and he senses that he's got his man going, and he really is dialing up the tempo here, increasing the pressure. But ZHETIBAYEV, credit to him, because he's seeking to bite down and fire back after he was touched up repeatedly by the wonderful punch picking of FINOL, who was just turned to a beautiful right uppercut. Then more success with the right hand. FINOL breathing through an open mouth. He's pushed back by a stiff left jab from ZHETIBAYEV, who's showing that he's continuing to believe in his strength and show that FINOL isn't going to have it his own way, answering back when put on the end of a beautiful burst of combination punching from Yoel FINOL. It's enough to take the round for the Venezuelan for my money, but he knows that he is in a fight because ZHETIBAYEV is always seeking to answer. Just as it was in round number 5, a beautiful round number 7 produced by the variety and the volume from Yoel FINOL, but this man always seeking to answer back despite the shots that he takes when FINOL goes through the gears. Some of the action from that 7th round, and FINOL produced a sustained assault filled with his full repertoire, straight shots, hooks, uppercuts. Look at that. For a beautiful burst of combination punching from Yoel FINOL. But credit to ZHETIBAYEV, came out the other side and fired back with his own offense. So into the final round we go in what has been a high-quality 54-kilogram contest. Samat ZHETIBAYEV has been in this every second of the way, but I think he needs a massive final round here to get himself back into contention. Remember, 3 scoring judges using the 10-point must system are seated around the boxing ring. And ZHETIBAYEV, even though he has been competitive, as he takes a stiff left hand to the body, pinning FINOL to the ropes just above our commentary position here at the Hilton Vienna Park. FINOL content to operate on the back foot here, but picking his punches effectively. Check right hand attempted as he's back skim the ropes from Yoel FINOL. ZHETIBAYEV being implored to come forwards by his corner. And he's doing just that, seeking to pin FINOL above the ropes, just above our commentary position once again. FINOL keeping composed under fire, lands a belting right hand just above the protective cup of ZHETIBAYEV, and ZHETIBAYEV with a clumping right hand of his own before he drops down with a good left hook to the body. Full credit to ZHETIBAYEV, because again, it's a contest I think that he is losing, but his belief has never dimmed here. And remember, he's going in against one of the most accomplished operators in the world, Yoel FINOL, a veteran of 2 Olympic Games and multiple World Championships over the years. Pan Am Games bronze medalist in the edition in Toronto in 2015 and took South American Games gold in 2018 at bantamweight. And as he continues to shoulder shimmy and shape shift in the pocket, Samat ZHETIBAYEV remaining committed to his fundamentally sound boxing and seeking to belt into both body and head, and neither man heeding the instructions of break from Mr. Alvin Finch. Sharp movement continuing to be evident from the feet. Now just some running repairs required to the trunks of Samat ZHETIBAYEV. So those performed competently, and the action resumes in the closing stages of the 8th and final round. Well, after those big bursts in round 5 and 7, we're all terrific burst of explosive punch picking once again. And on the 10-second clapper, both men letting their hands go, resulting in a fantastic trade-off. But the faster fists of Yoel FINOL getting the better of the exchange to conclude the contest. What a contest in the 54-kilogram division. Yoel FINOL raising his arms after that warm embrace between he and Samat ZHETIBAYEV. And I have to share his perspective that he's done enough to be declared as a victor here in this bout. But this man deserves full credit. Samat ZHETIBAYEV, no stranger to the Champions Night stage in IBA boxing. I think he's going to be declared a points decision loser here, ZHETIBAYEV, but I don't think his reputation or his standing would have been damaged in any way, shape or form, because he was always competitive. And Yoel FINOL, as we take a look at some of the action in the from the closing stages of the round, really went for it in the 5th and 7th rounds in particular. But ZHETIBAYEV, despite tottering on a couple of occasions in those 2 rounds, always sought to answer back and fire back with everything. And FINOL perhaps realizing, I've put it on this guy on multiple occasions, and he is always in there, so perhaps didn't go in search of the knockout despite his strong 7th round, adding to the strong round he produced in round number 5. But Samat ZHETIBAYEV always seeking to fire back and let FINOL know that he was in a fight to the finish. So it proved, I think, that the man in the gold corner, Yoel FINOL, is going to be declared a points victor here. Remember, we've got 3 scoring judges. And I think the man from Venezuela has done enough to be declared as a winner on points. Mr. Aki Kareem to give us the official particulars.
Show your appreciation for both boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the gold corner,
Yoel FINOL yells with delight at having been declared a unanimous point decision victor at the conclusion of a fantastic 54-kilogram contest. He went the full 8-round distance, but the right hand of Yoel FINOL served him well during that switch-hitting display against the incredibly tough and competitive Samat ZHETIBAYEV of Kazakhstan. Never stopped competing, always firing back, but Yoel FINOL with wonderful movements in the pocket, around the clock face, and the repertoire of his shot selection was wide indeed. Despite being inconvenienced by a swelling beneath his left eye, his quality never dipped, and the commitment of Samat ZHETIBAYEV never wavered. And the two contrasting styles between the flashy but functional Yoel FINOL against the solidity and textbook form of the boxer-puncher Samat ZHETIBAYEV, combining to produce a wonderfully entertaining and competitive affair. But it's Yoel FINOL who wins unanimously at the conclusion of 8 competitive, entertaining rounds at 54 kilograms. Fantastic bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our next contest of the evening. This contest, 8 3-minute rounds in the 92-kilogram super heavyweight division. Please welcome to the ring first, coming to us in the black corner, representing Uzbekistan, Jakhongir ZOKIROV.
So into the arena is a man who is no stranger to IBA Champions Night action. That is Jakhongir ZOKIROV, just 21 years of age, but already stands at a towering 6 feet 7 inches tall, or 201 centimeters using the metric system. Weight not declared for super heavyweights, but I suggest that this mountain of a man tips the scales at around 120 kilograms. That's his father on the right. He was an accomplished boxer in his own day, very much a boxing family.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please
Takes up residence in the black corner.
Coming to us in the gold corner, representing Albania, Fabio KACIU.
His opponent is Albania's Fabio KACIU. Brings to the ring an undefeated professional record. 6 fights, 6 wins, all of them ending inside the distance. His first professional contest outside of his homeland. And about in the diary for the York Hall, famous small hall venue in London's East End. So many boxers from Albania have made an impression on the UK fight scene, but here he is on an IBA Champions Night stage in the Austrian capital.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is IBA Champions Night Vienna, presented to you by IBA President Mr. Fabio in association with the Österreichische Boxverband. Your officials for this contest, judges at ringside, Harry Tucker of Ireland, Jakhongir of Estonia, and Alvin Finch of England. Your referee the sound of the bell from Italy will be Luca Farilonga. And now it's time to meet the boxers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in 125 kilograms. An outstanding amateur record, 30 wins, including 12 knockouts. And as a professional, he is unbeaten. 1 win, 1 knockout. He's an IBA Youth World Champion and an under-22 Asian Games Champion. From Tiza, Uzbekistan, Jakhongir ZOKIROV. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the gold corner, weighing at 101 kilograms. An outstanding professional record, which consists of 6 bouts and 6 wins. All 6 wins come by way of knockout. He comes to us from Tirana, Albania. Please welcome Fabio KACIU.
So they're the tale of the tape between two super heavyweights of considerably contrasting statures. It promises to be a fascinating matchup. So we're underway then. This is action in the super heavyweight division, scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds between boxers from Uzbekistan and Albania. The southpaw, wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold, is the towering figure of Jakhongir ZOKIROV, 6 feet 7 inches tall, or 2.01 meters. Good left hand driven into the body of the man wearing the white trunk trimmed with gold, and that is Fabio KACIU. Undefeated in the professional ranks, 6 fights, 6 wins, 6 of them finishing inside the distance. His opponents have yet to hear the final bell. And he made his professional debut in May of this year. And even though Jakhongir ZOKIROV is still only 21 years of age, he has amassed far more experience over 3-round boxing, where he is a formidable operator. There he's not too far away behind a left cross. So tucking up behind high-held gloves, he seeks to press forwards. Is KACIU. So just tucking that chin behind his lead right shoulder is ZOKIROV, who's no stranger to the IBA Champions Night stage, remember. We saw him defeat Croatia's Smakici, the IBA Champions Night in Tashkent in Uzbekistan, as he slings in a hard left hand to the body and then goes straight back to the same spot, and he really is picking up the pace here and increasing his punch output. And it's again a delayed reaction. He was worked over to the body, and we've seen KACIU has been shaking out that right elbow from pretty early on. Now he's called time by taking a knee. Referee Mr. Luca Vadilonga has accommodated his request. And he's being inspected by the ringside doctor here. Now, what's going to be the verdict? And I think it's all over. My goodness, that is frustrating. We saw him shaking out that practically from the opening bell. All smiles over in that corner as Jakhongir ZOKIROV warmly embraced by his beaming father. But that is a disappointing conclusion to the contest. It seems as though injury has prevented Fabio KACIU from continuing. He was shaking out that right hand, and I didn't know whether that was an idiosyncratic tic or if he had a problem with it. And if it was a problem, then it was exacerbated during this portion of the round, when ZOKIROV pinned his man to the ropes and speared him with punches through his guard, belting him to the body, scoring effectively to the head as well. And when the fusillade finally ended, saw KACIU shake the right arm once again. He took a knee voluntarily, almost signaling a timeout, and the referee, Mr. Luca Vadilonga, accommodating his request. After the inspection of the doctor, this contest over in the opening round. So bitter disappointment for Fabio KACIU, because injury preventing him from being able to compete as he continues to inspect and touch up that right elbow region. Not the way that any fighter wants to go out. Of course, there have been heroics in the boxing ring. Most notably, Danny Williams against the late Mark Potter in London, where he dislocated his right shoulder and continued to compete and ultimately secured a victory in the most dramatic circumstances. A one-arm boxer prevailing with his thunderous power from his hooks. But KACIU not able to continue because of injury tonight. So let's get the official particulars, which will give us the details of the result.
Injury sustained by the gold corner boxer. The contest is ruled a TKO injury in favor of your boxer in the black corner from Uzbekistan, Jakhongir ZOKIROV.
So Jakhongir, ZOKIROV, prodigious, precocious 21-year-old from Uzbekistan, secures another IBA Champions Night victory. Bitter disappointment for Fabio KACIU, and who made his professional debut earlier this year in May here on the IBA Champions Night stage, unable to make it out of the first round. But Jakhongir ZOKIROV, what he did show in the time of the first round that was completed, that he possesses fantastic footwork, wonderful punch-picking ability, and once again he emerges victorious on the IBA Champions Night stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next contest of the evening. This contest is 6 3-minute rounds in the 75-kilogram weight division. Please welcome to the ring, first coming to us in the black corner from Germany by way of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sumbu.
So into the arena steps Sumbu NSASI, 33 years of age, born in Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo, resides in Bremen in Germany, brings an 18-fight professional record to the boxing ring, having made his debut in November of 2018. 18 fights, 14 wins, 10 of them inside the distance, 3 defeats and a draw. Last in the ring in May of this year, where he won with a third-round knockout for an international ball in Leverkusen in Germany. He climbs the 3 steps for taking up residence in the black corner. Sumbu NSASI preparing for his IBA Champions Night debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent coming to us in the gold corner from Germany by way of Macedonia, Lulzim, the Eagle ISMAILI.
His opponent also resides in Germany, born in ZHETIBAYEV, Macedonia, and is Lulzim ISMAILI. He brings a 12-bout record from the professional ranks to the boxing ring. 12 fights, 12 wins, 7 of them coming inside the distance. Made his debut in April of 2019. Fought in the land where he resides, Germany, the land of his birth, in Macedonia, Albania as well. Here he is competing in Austria ahead of his first outing on the IBA Champions Night stage. Lulzim ISMAILI over to the gold corner.
This is IBA Champions Night Vienna, presented to you by IBA President Mr. Yoel, in association with the Österreichische Boxverband. This contest, 6 3-minute rounds in the 75-kilogram weight division. Your officials for the contest, judges at ringside are Jakhongir of Estonia, Luca Vanilonga of Italy, and Barry Tucker of Ireland. Your referee in charge of the action from England is Alvin Finch. And now it's time to meet the boxers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in at 69.2 kilograms. An excellent professional record consisting of 14 wins against just 3 defeats with 1 draw. 10 of his wins come by way of knockout. Presenting a BDB International Super Welterweight Champion from Bremen, Deutschland, by way of Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, Sumbu NSASI. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the gold corner, weighted at 74.8 kilograms. Also an excellent record, which is a perfect one. 12 wins against no losses. 7 of his wins come by way of knockout. From Leverkusen, Deutschland, by way of Tetova, Macedonia, please welcome Lulzim, the Eagle
So they're the tale of the tape between the two boxers in this contest that is made at 75 kilograms, but you can see there is a considerable weight advantage enjoyed by Lulzim ISMAILI, weighing in just under the 75 kilogram middleweight limit, whereas NSASI weighed in at 69.2 kilograms. We're underway then. This a contest in the 75 kilogram middleweight division, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. It's between boxers who both reside in Germany. The man in the black trunks, trimmed with gold, is Sumbu NSASI. He resides in Bremen, but was born in Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and his nickname is Bumaye, Sumbu Bumaye NSASI. And if you're a boxing fan, well, you will know that phrase, and indeed that city has a particular resonance, especially this month, because at the end of the month it will be the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle, where two Olympic champions, Muhammad Ali from Rome 1960, took light heavyweight gold, and George Foreman, who took heavyweight gold in Mexico 8 years later, squared off for the famous Rumble in the Jungle. And legions of fans would accompany and follow Muhammad Ali with the cry of Ali Bumaye, Ali kill him. George Foreman told me that they used to say Foreman Bumaye as well, and that is the nickname of the man in the black trunks trimmed with gold, who's going in pursuit of his heavier opponent, Lulzim ISMAILI, 27 years of age, a man from Macedonia. He too resides in Germany, in Leverkusen, and the man nicknamed Bumaye letting bombs go in this opening round, bobbing and weaving as he seeks to get beneath the straight punches of ISMAILI. ISMAILI just seeking to fend him off by long bridging with the jab. So just short of the mark with the attempted left-right combination is NSASI. But again, he has been exclusively on the front foot, as ISMAILI just dropping his hands while out of punching range and keeping the attack going. Getting busy with his backhand is NSASI. ISMAILI just seeking to establish his straight shots to keep the man at bay. But it's NSASI who has been exclusively on the front foot. Sharp shooting left from ISMAILI, not too far away. Right hand from NSASI as he just had ISMAILI pinned in the black corner. So closing seconds of the opening round, a round which has seen the man in black, Sumbu NSASI, exclusively on the front foot, seeking to walk down his opponent. The action from the opening round. This was the contest in microcosm. Sumbu NSASI not giving his man any respite, and that was a beautiful right hand. Best shot of the round. My money. This man did enough to take the opening round. Applying pressure, fighting with purpose. ISMAILI going to have to demonstrate that he has found a range with his longer left jab. So into the second round we go then, in this 75 kilogram contest, scheduled for 6. But again, NSASI out of that wide-legged stance, pursuing his man incessantly. That's ISMAILI. A perfect record, remember, after making his debut in April of 2019. So doesn't know what it's like to lose in the professional ranks. Seeking to instill doubt in his mind is the front foot pressure of Sumbu NSASI. Looking to play counter-puncher from the neutral corner on the far side of the ring. NSASI will no doubt cherish the opportunity to box away on the inside. He didn't do so. And again, left hook to the body, right hand to the head. As NSASI continuing to keep his composure, as ISMAILI continuing to keep his composure and remain relaxed. He's complaining about rabbit punching here. But NSASI appearing to have the edge in hand speed. And he's just seeking to beat ISMAILI to the punch. ISMAILI moving well, up on his toes, clockwise to his left. Here he attempts a left jab to the body, left jab to the head, right hand to the body. And now he's beginning to dart out a left jab from around his belt line. So again, neither boxer looking to work on the inside, which I do find surprising, particularly from NSASI's perspective. The more compact operator, remember he's giving away a lot of weight here, practically 5 kilograms. Having weighed in at 69.2 kilograms. His opponent just under the 75 kilogram middleweight limit. Counter right hand not too far away from NSASI, and then a solid left jab from the man in the black trunk trimmed with gold. There's a right cross again. There's a rather ponderous looking roundhouse right came from ISMAILI. That left jab going back to the position around the kneecap for ISMAILI as he brings a right hand behind it. Now hands held high from ISMAILI as he skims across the ropes. Right uppercut, left hook attempted by ISMAILI, but blocked by the effective defenses of NSASI. Right uppercut was a nice shot turned underneath by ISMAILI. So closing seconds of the second round. 3-shot combination fought, saw the final left jab get through from NSASI. Second round in the book. ISMAILI finding the range with his left jab during the fourth. That second 3-minute round. And again, he's sat on the front foot for the majority of the round, taking it to his opponent. Some of the action from the second round as ISMAILI became a little bit disorganized. He complained that he was hit with a rabbit punch around the rear of the head. So moving to round number 3. NSASI has been a 10-round distance on a number of occasions during the course of his career, including the draw which he had in his 17th contest. Bounced back with a 3rd-round stoppage. Both of those bouts taking place earlier this calendar year, so he's been an active boxer, and activity is often a boxer's best friend, as again, effective defense of the shots upstairs by the high-held gloves of NSASI, but intelligently dropping down to the body thereafter was ISMAILI. Left jab to the body from NSASI. Stepping in behind a left jab from his kneecap is ISMAILI. He was in the ring in July, extending his perfect professional record with a points victory over 6 rounds. He's been in a scheduled 10-rounder, but is yet to go beyond 6 in his professional career. Beautiful footwork to spin out of the corner from ISMAILI. Again, left-right attempted by ISMAILI, but effective defenses behind the gloves and forearms proffered by NSASI. Mention the fact that NSASI's nickname is Bumaye. Again, has such deep resonance and connection with the rumble in the jungle. As for ISMAILI, his nickname is the Eagle. Kreshnik Kato, Albanian who fought with such distinction, often out of London. He used that same nickname as well. Now a coach at Stonebridge Boxing Club in northwest London, just a jab and left hook away from Wembley Stadium. Beautiful right uppercut through the middle during that combination from ISMAILI. It's physical on the inside, but again, neither boxer really demonstrating the appetite to work away at close range, and they're waiting for the command of break from referee Mr. Alvin Finch. Given his stature, remember he's giving away a lot of weight, so perhaps doesn't want to waste too much energy leaning on and grappling, but I would have thought, given that broad back and the shorter arms possessed by NSASI, who's going to work with hooks and uppercuts, that he momentarily pinned ISMAILI to the ropes. I thought he'd be looking, I assumed he would be looking to burrow away with punches at short and mid-range when they find themselves toe-to-toe, chest-to-chest on the inside. Hasn't demonstrated that so far, as on the 10-second clapper. It was straight punching on the back foot, produced by ISMAILI. Well, the pattern of the contest was established from the opening bell. It's invariably this man on the front foot. NSASI always seeking to press against his opponents, whereas Muslim ISMAILI boxed effectively on the back foot. Will he be able to hold his feet back up? To apply the pressure. Here he gave his man angle and spun off the line effectively. Can he make NSASI change his game plan and see how good an operator he is when going backwards? So into the second half of this 75-kilogram contest we go. It's scheduled for 6. And the pattern that has been established in the first 3 rounds, evident once again here at the start of the 4th, because it's Sumbu NSASI who's invariably the aggressor. Check right hand attempted off the ropes behind a left jab from ISMAILI. But again, very important for back foot boxers to occasionally show the officials and the judges ringside that they're not seeking to nick it, and I'm not suggesting that's what ISMAILI is doing here, because he's not running, but occasionally, can he hold his feet, plant his feet into the canvas and push NSASI backwards? Let's see how the man born in Kinshasa operates when forced to engage reverse gear. Hasn't been able to do that so far here. And remember, aggression, effective aggression, one of the pillars of scoring a round in a boxing match. Again, when NSASI pins his man against the ropes, here he scores with a single left hook to the body. Nice right uppercut left hook from ISMAILI. The same combination once again before a right hand comes over the top from NSASI. ISMAILI just momentarily applying a head guard, but you see this can be construed as running. When using your footwork to maintain the gap between your opponent without throwing any punches, he's remonstrating in the direction of the referee, Mr. Alvin Finch, once again. Trip hammer left, jab snapped out by ISMAILI. And there's the same shot once more. He's using that lead left hand effectively, not really putting much purchase on it. Switches southpaw while backing up. Again, you heard referee Mr. Alvin Finch say, let's work, but neither boxer willing to do so on the inside. And again, given the man's physique and stature, I just do find that a little bit surprising from NSASI's point of view. Continues to rumble his way forward as he walks his man down and helps himself to a hard right hand above the belt line. Lead left hook, right hand from NSASI, just short of the mark. But I think ISMAILI has got to try and do something different here, because again, rabbit punches going in. It's another grapple fest on the inside. And again, looking out over the ropes is ISMAILI. And he's just, for me, giving some signs of body language which could be interpreted as negative. Don't want to give the judges that impression, or indeed your opponents, as it may encourage them. Forearm going in as the shot went over the shoulder of ISMAILI. Forearm going in from NSASI. The fourth round in the books. By ISMAILI, but burrowing his way forward once more, and again landing leather wherever he can, rear of the head in rabbit punches over the back of the shoulder. The physical presence of Sumbu and Sasi, seeking to make life uncomfortable for the man in the gold corner. And Paul, you get 60 seconds, and I'm not quite sure. Well, I'm inclined to agree with referee Mr. Alvin Finch. You get 60 seconds in between rounds. There's a command of seconds out at the 10-second mark. And yet when the bell tolled, Lulzim ISMAILI was still sat on his stool. So, is he perhaps feeling a little bit sorry for himself? Is his belief just being sapped a little bit here? Deep into this 75-kilogram contest scheduled for 6, because again, from the other side of the ring, Sumbu and Sasi would have noted that, and if his appetite is beginning to diminish, then Sasi will no doubt be encouraged and seek to test how badly he wants to remain in this fight. There's that right uppercut, left hook once again, but coming marauding forwards and landing a beautiful left hook to the body before clipping away with a right hand to the head. And perhaps the first time we've seen NSASI let his hands go when being tied up in a clinch, or attempts to be tied up in a clinch. Stepping back, oh, that's a terrific left hand to the body, and it's forced the man in gold, white and gold to turn away. Wonderful shot. And he hasn't taken a knee, but he's turned his back, has stopped boxing, and referee Mr. Alvin Finch picking up the mandatory 8 count, but I'm not sure the man from Macedonia wants to continue, and indeed it is all over. Lulzim ISMAILI stopped in the 5th round after absorbing a beautiful left hand to the body. He turned his back, rested his arms on the top rope. Referee Mr. Alvin Finch told the mandatory 8 count with ISMAILI still on his feet, and when the count was concluded, well, ISMAILI turned his back once again, a clear indication to the referee that he didn't want to continue, and this contest over in the 5th round. Remember, it was a slow rise up off his stool to begin round number 5. I posed the question then as to whether ISMAILI's appetite for battle was damaged and diminished, and I suggested that Sasi would be encouraged by that. He went about his job in the 5th round with real vigor and purpose, and he forced ISMAILI to give in after landing a beautiful shot to the body. ISMAILI turning his back, unable to continue. Sumbu and Sasi forcing a 5th round stoppage. His incessant, intelligent front foot pressure paying dividends, breaking down his opponent both physically and mentally, and forcing that stoppage in the 5th round of a contest that was scheduled for 6. Very good display, and that is why Sumbu Bomaye Sasi is receiving the congratulations of his coach. Let's get the official particulars at the conclusion of that 75-kilogram contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, our referee stops this contest. Therefore, your result and the black corner representing Germany by way of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Sumbu,
So Sumbu Nsasi, a 5th round TKO victor over Lulzim ISMAILI, the man who brought a perfect professional record to the boxing ring. Stopped in the 5th round, courtesy of a wonderful body shot. But truth be told, I think the breakdown, both from a physical and psychological point of view, had begun before that. Sumbu Nsasi pressing home his advantage. Once he got his man going, there was the left hand that forced ISMAILI to turn his back, could not continue. If you spent any time in a boxing ring, you'll know that a punch to the body can be far more damaging, debilitating and painful than taking a shot on the jaw. And so it proved here tonight. A wonderful left hand to the body, breaking down and stopping Lulzim ISMAILI. It was delivered by Sumbu Nsasi, and he, 5th round TKO victor in the 75-kilogram middleweight bout.
In the 54-kilogram weight division. Please welcome to the ring first, coming to us in the black corner representing Spain, Samuel Carmona.
So into the arena steps Samuel Carmona. Really accomplished operator in both the 3-round format and the professional code. Brings a 13-fight professional record to the boxing ring. 12 wins, 5 of them inside the distance, just 1 solitary defeat, and that coming when challenging for the WBC flyweight world title back in December of 2022 in Glendale, Arizona. Fought a terrific contest on the IBA Champions Night stage against Hassan Boydosmatov in Tashkent earlier this year.
In the gold corner representing Uzbekistan, Shakhobidin ZOIROV.
So into the arena steps Shakhobidin ZOIROV. And what an outstanding boxer this man is in both the IBA 3-round format and the professional ranks. Man who is the very best in the world, having taken World Championship gold in Yekaterinburg in 2019. And at the Olympic Games in Rio 8 years ago, he topped the Olympic medal roster, and both of those gold medal successes coming in the flyweight division, as was his Asian Championship gold from the 2021 edition in Dubai. Shakhobidin ZOIROV, who brings a perfect professional record of 5 wins out of 5 to the boxing ring. He's taking up residence in the gold corner.
This is IBA Champions Night Vienna, presented to you by IBA President Mr. Umar Kremlov in association with the Österreichische Boxverband. This contest, 8 rounds of boxing in the 54-kilogram weight division. And your officials for this contest, judges at ringside are Alvin Finch from England, Barry Tucker from Ireland, and Luca Badilonga from Italy. Your referee in charge of the action from Estonia will be Jakob Peterson. And now it's time to meet the boxers. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in at 53.7 kilograms. An excellent record, including 31 big amateur wins. And as a professional, he has 12 wins to his name against just 1 defeat, with 5 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Presenting a 2016 Olympic quarter-finalist and an EBU silver flyweight champion, damas y caballeros de Las Palmas, España, Sumbu, CARMONA. And his opponents across the ring, fighting out of the gold corner, weighed in at 54 kilograms. An outstanding record with 105 big wins as an amateur. And as a professional, he is unbeaten with 5 wins against no losses. 3 of his wins come by way of knockout. Presenting a former world gold medalist and a former 2016 Olympic gold medalist from KACIU, Uzbekistan, Shakhobidin.
Gentlemen, keep your heads up, no holding, no logo. Punch you back of my head and listen to my commands all the time. That's lost, good luck.
So Mr. Yakov Peterson with the final instructions. There we take a look at the tail of the tape between 2 accomplished operators in both 3-round and professional boxing. This promises to be a fantastic affair in the 54-kilogram division. So we're underway then, and this is action scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds at 54 kilograms between boxers who have accomplished so much during the course of their careers. The boxer wearing black trimmed with gold, operating out of the orthodox stance, is Samuel Carmona. 13 fights as a professional, 12 wins, 5 of them inside the distance. His sole loss coming when challenging for the WBC World Flyweight title, losing a majority decision against Julio Cesar Martinez in Glendale, Arizona, back in 2022, in December of 2022 at the end of the year. His opponent is Shakhobidin ZOIROV, world and Olympic champion in the 3-round format of IBA boxing and an undefeated professional with a 5-0 record. Each of these men experienced on the IBA Champions Night stage. That was the only time that Shakhobidin ZOIROV didn't have his hand raised as the victor, because he fought to a draw against Dmitry Dvalny at the IBA Champions Night edition in Sepukov. As for Samuel Carmona, this is his 3rd contest on the IBA Champions Night stage, having lost that thriller against Uzbekistan's Hassan Boydozmatov in the Uzbekistan capital Tashkent. Early this year, I was ringside to commentate on that contest. Then he had a win over Romania's Cosmin Gurleanu in August. But terrific skill in evidence through this opening portion of the round, as you would expect between 2 quality operators such as these, as Carmona looking for that right hand to the body, left hook upstairs as well. ZOIROV back into the pocket as he just managed to evade a right uppercut from Carmona. Good right hand to the body from Carmona beneath the left elbow of the southpaw in white and gold. And again, one of the things that's always intriguing to behold and worthy of note is that when you have boxers of this quality in the ring, they're seldom fazed by anything when facing off against an opponent of similar quality. Both boxers having success during the course of that exchange. So even though one boxer may enjoy a period of success, unless it's a shot which is debilitating to the body or discombobulating to the head, almost inevitably, invariably, the operator out of the other corner will answer back. And when skills and wills are comparable, that is often when contests are elevated to the highly entertaining, incredibly competitive, and in some cases, to the realm of classics as a lead left hand gets through from Carmona, who turns southpaw to conclude the round, making it momentarily an all left-handed affair. First round in the books. What was a quality 3-minute frame indeed. I can tell you, just to the left of our commentary position here at the Hilton Vienna Park, that Fabio KACIU, who left his contest with Jakhongir ZOKIROV with an injury, he's having his right arm inspected by the ringside medical team here now. He's not yet changed out of his boxing uniform, but his fist and forearm are being inspected closely by the medical team here at ringside. Moving around under his own steam, he doesn't appear to be too much distressed, but I can tell you that they're testing the sensations, pinching his fingertips and testing his ability to make a fist, because the gloves have been removed. So that's taking place just to the left of our commentary position here at the Hilton Vienna Park. But back in the boxing ring, we have got two of the best boxers of their generation seeking to continue their 54-kilogram tussle as we prepare to go into the second of a contest scheduled for 8. So the excess moisture mopped up over in the gold corner of Shakhobidin ZOIROV. Finally cleaned up to the satisfaction of Mr. Jakov Peterson, and the action resumes as ZOIROV scoring effectively to the body. Beautiful right hand straight down the pipe from Samuel Carmona. But then look at that straight punching success for Shakhobidin ZOIROV in between the high-held gloves of the 2017 European Championship bronze medalist Carmona. Carmona seeking to answer everything, but it's been a terrific first 40 seconds of the round for the 2019 IBA world champion. So Carmona seeking to operate out of center ring, but answering again and meeting him with straight punches out of that southpaw stance is Shakhobidin ZOIROV, who just gets through with a straight left cross to the between the gloves of Carmona. Carmona turns a good right hand underneath, but he's spoken to about the referee for the responsibility to keep his punches up. Right uppercut turned underneath was a scoring shot from Samuel Carmona. Nice movement with the head from ZOIROV to dip beneath the attempted shot, but Carmona keeping the attack going and ending that attempted combination with a left hook. Then he scores with a right cross. Shakhobidin ZOIROV, again, as we alluded to in the first round, both of these men keeping their composure in the face of the quality that they are being met with. Beautiful movement in the pocket once again from ZOIROV, dipping at the knees to cause the right hand from Carmona to go over his head. So Carmona back into range. Right hand to the body, left hook upstairs, but look at ZOIROV go through the gears with wonderful variety once more, only to have his head snapped back by a right uppercut, and then a left hand from Samuel Carmona, demonstrably low, and then Shakhobidin ZOIROV putting both hands down, raising his palms to the ring lights and saying, "Come on, man, you're hitting me low." Referee Mr. Jakov Peterson called stop. Carmona didn't hear him, continued to let the punches fly, helping himself to a couple of free ones. And then he is spoken to again about his responsibility to keep his punches up. So fantastic start. Double left hand out of the southpaw stance from ZOIROV. Slapping left hand landed from the orthodox boxer Carmona, landed with the inside of the glove. Beautiful counter right hand on the back foot landed by Shakhobidin ZOIROV. And again, ZOIROV doing an outstanding job boxing on the back foot. Because again, as we've mentioned earlier on, he's doing a good job of holding his feet and backing up Carmona on occasion, just as he's doing now. Spins around the target, Carmona trying to cover up and repel the incoming fire from the man from Uzbekistan. Right hand success followed by a left hook from Carmona. Good right hand to the body during the trade-off from ZOKIROV. The round ending with terrific two-way action. some of the action from that second round. Wonderful work with the right jab. Left hook to the body, right uppercut through the middle from CARMONA. It's been that type of contest, and there was the demonstrably low blow. And CARMONA, despite timeout being signaled by referee Mr. Jakov Peterson and bellowed as well here at the Hilton Vienna Park, CARMONA said, hold that. He followed up with a right hand, catching ZOKIROV as he was remonstrating, saying, you know the rules, don't hit me low. So we move into the third round. CARMONA always seeking to get on that front foot as he comes forward, peering between those high-held gloves. Single shots going in from CARMONA so far, right hand and left hook in the early stages of this third round. But look at the activity from ZOKIROV, countered by a left hook from CARMONA. But ZOKIROV so busy, and the left cross that he's using, straight down the middle, right hand to the body again from CARMONA, and he's working the body to terrific effect, but he's spoken to about keeping the punches up once more. Now that is 3 times in less than 3 rounds. That Samuel CARMONA, who has been spoken to about keeping his punches up. Don't think there's anything deliberate or dirty in that regard, but he's just not finding the range for his shots in a legal target area. Remember, it has to be above the belt line or what the referee deems to be fair in the event that the trunks are really high. Often here, oh, that's another low blow. Surely it landed on the belt line from CARMONA, but ZOKIROV keeping his composure, left hand, right hand success on the counter from the Stadtpark from Uzbekistan. Beautiful work to the body once again from CARMONA, and then turning the right hand up to the head as he's operating as a southpaw boxer now. Backing up ZOKIROV, whose legs momentarily got in a tangle, but ZOKIROV holding his feet, letting a combination of punches go as CARMONA drops down to the body to good effect once again. So CARMONA continuing to press out of that southpaw stance, met by a right hand from ZOKIROV, who's moving around the clock face effectively, picked off by a right hand from CARMONA, who's now back as a right-handed boxer in the orthodox stance, leading with his left glove and left foot. Good work to the body once more as another left hook slung in downstairs, followed by a right hand that rattles the ribcage. Fired in by CARMONA. ZOKIROV looking for uppercut success on the inside as he continues to pivot and spin around the clock face. Wonderful accuracy with that right hand. Did you see how it got behind the left glove of CARMONA? But CARMONA pressing forwards once more and working the body to good effect. More successful body work from CARMONA. Then a right uppercut turned through the middle, closing 20 seconds of this third round. Flashing right hook from CARMONA, catching ZOKIROV as he was looking to unload with his own offense. And ZOKIROV just dropping that right hand, giving his opponent a different look, and just the two men just exchanging a brief glance, checking how the other is feeling as the bell sounded to conclude round number 3. So that's with the legs of ZOKIROV got in a tangle after he was tagged by a shot which sent him tottering across the ring. More of a balanced thing, I would suspect, rather than him being actually stunned and discombobulated by the shot. But terrific work to the body from CARMONA during the course of that third round. He was spoken to again about his responsibility to keep his punches up. As we move into the fourth round of a contest that is scheduled for 8, it has been quality of the highest order so far in this 54-kilogram affair. Samuel CARMONA has been body hunting effectively, just as he had demonstrated there with that right hand downstairs. ZOKIROV showing his wide-ranging repertoire His left cross down the middle has been a really effective shot for him against a man who is predominantly an orthodox boxer, but has demonstrated the ability to switch hit throughout his accomplished IBA boxing career. And he's demonstrating that ability here tonight. Left-handed again. Arrow straight shot down the middle from Shakhobidin ZOIROV. Good right hand downstairs from CARMONA, and it just momentarily brought the hands of ZOIROV down around his belt line. Beautiful right hand from CARMONA out of the southpaw stance as he goes in search of his man once again and lands a cracking left hand over the top out of the southpaw stance. But again, ZOIROV keeping his composure beautifully, but he's touched up once more as his bearded chin is checked by that single shot success from CARMONA. Really is a privilege to be here ringside commentating on a bout of this quality here on this IBA Champions Night stage. Because as we suggested in the opening round, neither man being fazed by the quality that they are faced with. But it's resulting in a fantastic spectacle thus far. Right hand to the head, followed by left hook to the body from CARMONA. And left hook success upstairs. And then a combination from ZOIROV. And again, ZOIROV keeping the attack going. And his ability to pivot in the pocket. And just spin around his opponent to create angles for himself and generate space where none seems to exist is a real hallmark of his repertoire. Beautiful right hand downstairs and then left hook to the body, right hook upstairs. Fantastic punch picking from ZOIROV. CARMONA aware of that and goes in search of his get back, but look at the composure under fire as dipping at the knees and showing wonderful head movement is Shakhobidin ZOIROV. Left hook is a scoring shot downstairs from CARMONA, but again it's answered by a two-shot salvo to the head from ZOIROV. Right hand success from CARMONA, answered by Shakhobidin ZOIROV as the two-way action continues deep into this round. There's a left hook out of the southpaw stance from CARMONA. He's rooting his feet into the canvas, standing his ground, refusing to be pushed back, while always seeking to bulldoze ZOIROV towards the rear of the ropes. But ZOIROV so adept at pivoting in tight spaces to create room for himself. It's another fantastic round of boxing. What has been a bout of the highest quality through the first half of this contest, scheduled for 8. So some of the action from that round. CARMONA with a right hook out of that southpaw stance, followed it by a left hand, raising the chin. It was fantastic pressure from CARMONA, but then ZOIROV re-established his successful offense, pecking and poking while pivoting around his opponent, making it a very close round of quality boxing indeed. So into the second half of this 54-kilogram contest we go. There's talk that this is effectively a semi-final, with a winner will face off against Yoel FINOL, who prevailed in a 54-kilogram bout earlier on. So whoever prevails here could well see themselves facing Yoel FINOL later on in the year. So not just victory over the man at stake, but an opportunity to make it through to what is effectively the final in an IBA world title bout against Yoel FINOL, who boxed so effectively in bout number 2 here in Vienna. But that's a potential prize which awaits down the line. know that's an added incentive. The focus of both men here and now is on their opponent. Each of them have got themselves into magnificent condition. ZOIROV weighing in bang on the 54 kilogram limit. Samuel Carmona at 53.7 kilograms. Now, another low blow has been absorbed by ZOIROV. And remember, Samuel Carmona has been spoken to on 3 occasions through the first 3 rounds about taking low blows. Now let's listen in here. Dear me, now that sounds like a final admonishment if ever I've heard one, but the signs of distress were shown by ZOIROV. Carmona, an experienced operator, will he seek to increase his discomfort by going downstairs once again. There's another beautiful right hand landed out of the southpaw stance, sunk in beneath the short ribs, sneaking it under the left elbow of ZOIROV. ZOIROV's face reddened by the right hooks that have come in out of that southpaw stance. Is another right hand success, and Carmona seeking to turn up the pressure here, but ZOIROV keeping his composure, pushing out punches off the back foot, but Carmona seeking to maraud his way forwards once again as he lands another hard shot to the body with his right hand, seeking to quicken his feet as he slams in another right hand beneath the left elbow of ZOIROV. And if ZOIROV is experiencing distress from the low blows he's absorbed, these body punches are going to make that discomfort even greater. But look at the competitive spirit of ZOIROV, backing up Carmona for perhaps the first time tonight as he not only planted his feet, but walked his man backwards, getting over the front foot and pushing Carmona back, showing the man from Spain that he's going to be in for a long, hard night. Wonderful to see from Shakhobidin ZOIROV, a man who is such an effective punch picker, moves around his target with such precision and fluidity. After taking some rib-rattling body punches, bit down on his mouthpiece and backed up Carmona to end the round. A fantastic round of boxing in the 5th. Some of the action. And that's the shot that was deemed to have been low. It's on the belt line for sure. But Carmona, after a really stern talking to from referee Mr. Jakov Peterson, went body hunting once again. And that was a fantastic right hand slung in beneath the left elbow of ZOIROV. But this is ZOIROV in the closing stages of the round, biting back, biting down, pushing his man back. What was a thrilling 5th round of boxing. So we move into round number 6 in a contest where both boxers have enjoyed terrific success so far. Shakhobidin ZOIROV seeking to work exclusively out of his southpaw stance, while Carmona has demonstrated the ability to switch hit. Carmona spoken to about keeping his head up, but for my money, he was dragged down to the canvas behind the neck there by ZOIROV. Left hand success again from ZOIROV, and again, that has been a really effective weapon in his armory tonight. So Carmona put in a big shift in that 5th round. Not as active here at the start of this 6th. In the meantime, pecking and poking while pivoting around his opponent in the pocket is Shakhobidin ZOIROV in the first minute of round number 6. Again, Carmona just being met with a flurry of feather-light punches, but the punches are accurate point-scoring shots from ZOIROV. Big swing and a glancing blow from Carmona from that right hand. ZOIROV just seeking to keep him at bay with that southpaw left. Good right hand downstairs once again from Carmona. He's receiving encouragement from the coaches in his black corner, including Rafael Lozano, the Olympic silver medalist from Sydney 2000. Beautiful left hook right uppercut from ZOIROV as the two men standing forehead to forehead, toe to toe at close range. CARMONA just backing up before stepping on the gas once again. There's another left hand which was borderline, no complaints from ZOIROV as a left hook turned around the corner upstairs, followed by a right hand from CARMONA, who's seeking to push his man back once more. ZOIROV being backed up as another left hand is slung in. This one, a kidney punch straying around the rear of ZOIROV, seeking to sap the soul of CARMONA, of ZOIROV is CARMONA with his non-stop body attack. ZOIROV answering back, firing out straight punches before being pushed back to the ropes, but he's boxing effectively on the back foot as CARMONA tucking up behind high-held gloves, seeking to press and continue to apply pressure. Both men fighting with real purpose here. There's a cracking right hand landed by CARMONA during the course of that exchange where both men had success. My goodness, this contest taking on an attritional quality here now. 6 rounds completed. It was a strong start to the 6th round by the sharp shooting punches of Shakhobidin ZOIROV, but then willing his way back into contention with some heavy shots landed to the body in particular was Samuel CARMONA. Fantastic contest so far, where both boxers have enjoyed success in their preferred territories. Some of the action from round number 6. ZOIROV was incredibly busy at the start of the round. After CARMONA, who had a big 5th round in terms of industry and punch output, started rather slowly, but this is the manner in which he ended the round. Hard punches being slung in to the body. As we move into round number 7. It's been a fantastic contest so far, as competitive as we've anticipated it would be, and the quality has been off the charts. Samuel CARMONA switching to the southpaw stance once again as he steps in and drives in a right hand to the body. Roundhouse left clips the chin of ZOIROV upstairs, and ZOIROV just pushing out. Not particularly heavy punches, but they're coming at a great rate and volume as CARMONA just clearing his nose. Has he sustained nose damage? His breathing becoming more difficult for the Spanish boxer. Big swing and a miss with the overhand right from CARMONA, and look at ZOIROV go to work with combination punches here. Straight shots, then turning uppercuts underneath. As CARMONA just seeking to cover up, not quite weather the storm, but just try to create his opportunities. He lands a left hook to the body, then a left hook upstairs, but CARMONA being worked over on either side of his single shot successes by ZOIROV. But now, here comes the bulldozing figure of the man in black once again. And ZOIROV just showing some distress after absorbing those body punches, and another right hand to the body threat to double him over momentarily. ZOIROV with his back to the ropes walks himself back out to the space of center ring as the two men forehead to forehead once again. ZOIROV continuing to play with that mouthpiece and push it out, and that's often a sign of a boxer who is feeling the pace, just seeking to open the mouth as wide as possible and intake as much oxygen. Oh, that's a cracking right hand to the body once again from CARMONA, who is on the front foot once more. Left hand to both body and head, and that's going to be a right hand on the belt line. Oh, dear me. And a point has been deducted by referee Mr. Jakov Peterson. We suggested that it might be forthcoming because he would remember he was spoken to 3 times in the first 3 rounds, Samuel CARMONA, about his responsibility to keep his punches up. And during another withering assault to the body from CARMONA, where he landed good body punches which brought about a response from ZOIROV, one of them strayed low. Referee Mr. Jakov Peterson intervening, calling time, and taking a point away from Samuel CARMONA. In a contest as close and competitive as this, that could well be significant, and in a round that was shaping up nicely. Oh, that's another good right hand driven into the body from CARMONA once again. Keeping his composure, and retaining his faith in his body punching, which is a real strong suit in his wide-ranging repertoire. So CARMONA seeking to get on his man's chest once again, and he lands a good right hook upstairs out of that southpaw stance. ZOIROV continuing to let light combination punches go as CARMONA employs the headlock before being backed up across the ring. An incident-filled 7th round where Samuel CARMONA landed some terrific punches to the body, but was docked a point for repeated low blows. The warning and point deduction coming in the 8th, but it was a long time coming. As he was spoken to on 3 occasions over the course of the first 3 rounds, saw CARMONA clearing his nostrils, and you see that damaged nose being tended to by his corner team. In the event that the nose is damaged and bleeding, even though it's an instinct, often blowing the nose can be, well, not helpful to the boxer's cause, because it can increase the pressure and force a swelling beneath the eyes. So he's going to perhaps have to fight against his instinct to clear his nostrils, CARMONA, lest his eyes begin to swell. Saw that recently over in Baku, Azerbaijan, when in the super heavyweight contest with a man from Kazakhstan, his eyes began to swell when he was taking on Magomadrazor Majidov from Azerbaijan. Now Sultan, the night train, experiences swelling as a right overhand left lands from CARMONA. As we move into the 8th and final round of what has been a terrifically competitive affair so far. Left uppercut, right hand landed by CARMONA, who, having been deducted that point in the previous round, really is going for it here. It's been a hard-fought affair where both men fighting through the fatigue and maintaining their quality. Left hand was a roundhouse shot that was inaccurate from CARMONA. And both men, unsurprisingly, feeling the pace here in the 8th round with a minute gone. But again, seeking to take this beyond their conditioning here now, in a bid to have their hand raised as the victor. It's been a cracking contest. The quality has been off the charts. Oh, that's another low blow slung in from CARMONA. No admonishment or talking to on that occasion. ZOIROV seeking to fight his way off the ropes back to the space of center ring, but another low blow has gone in from CARMONA. Several of his shots have strayed south of the border tonight. He's been hit with a warning in the 7th round for repeated low blows, and again, I don't think they're willful, but so keen is he to work the body of ZOIROV, and occasionally his shots have been inaccurate. Terrific back and forth action on the logo at center ring here once again. CARMONA just seeking to make room for his punches. Left hand out of the southpaw stance, not too far away, looking for a right hand to the body, turned a right uppercut underneath afterwards. And Shakhobidin ZOIROV continuing to seek to pivot his way around his opponent. As he letting his hands go as he pushes out that luminous green mouthpiece once again in a bid to draw in a precious lung full of oxygen. Both men exchanging hooks on the inside. Another blow around the belt line from CARMONA, and then a cracking left hand out of the southpaw stance. Checks the chin of ZOIROV. ZOIROV looking to answer. But CARMONA landing punches with real purchase here now with a straight punching success in combination fashion comes from the gloves of ZOIROV. Uppercuts and hooks from the southpaw ZOIROV, who's continuing to let his hands go furiously, closing seconds of this 8th round in what has been a fantastic contest. And there's a cut being sustained to the left eye of Shakhobidin ZOIROV. He's going to make it through to the final bell. But what a contest, my goodness, that was an absolute cracker between two quality operators, each of whom really tested the conditioning, will and desire of their opponents. It's going to be interesting to see how these scores are tallied up, because Samuel Carmona was hit with a point deduction in the 10th round, in the 7th round. But either side of that, his body punching was notable, as it was in the final round. But ZOIROV always answering with combination punches of his own. It's going to be interesting to see which way this one goes. It was a fantastic affair. Will that point deduction prove to be a determining factor in the outcome of this contest? Fantastic hooking in that final round, evident from Samuel Carmona. A cut sustained by Shakhobidin ZOIROV in the closing stages, courtesy of those flashing hooks. And which way is this one going to go? It's a fantastic contest. In a battle as hard fought as this, will that point deduction in round number 7, assessed against Samuel Carmona, prove to be decisive? It could well be a split decision. Respect evident between the boxers and the coaching team of their opponent. Let's get the official particulars at the conclusion of that 54-kilogram bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both boxers. Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecards, where we have a split decision in favor of your winner. In the gold corner.
And it's Shakhobidin ZOIROV who has been declared a split decision victor over Samuel Carmona at the conclusion of a really hard-fought, competitive, quality affair. It is Shakhobidin ZOIROV who has had his hand raised as the victor. And again, it was a split decision, and that point deduction in round number 7 could well have been the determining factor in the outcome of what was a cracking affair. From opening bell to last, the quality was off the charts. Shakhobidin ZOIROV with his southpaw punch picking, Samuel Carmona with his marauding switch hitting attacks, particularly to the body, but it was his inaccuracy to the body that brought about that point deduction in round number 7. And when the decision was announced, it is Shakhobidin ZOIROV who has been declared as a victor. But it was a cracking contest from opening bell to last. And even though this has been rumored to be an eliminator to face off against Yoel FINOL, I wouldn't mind seeing that one again.
Event of the evening. 8 rounds in the super heavyweight division for the IBA Pro European title. And now please welcome to the ring first, coming to us in the black corner from Serbia, Fabio.
So all smiles as he steps into the arena is Vladan Babic, the 33-year-old from the Serbian capital Belgrade. Brings a perfect professional record to the boxing ring. 6 wins out of 6, and 5 of them coming inside the distance for the man who made his professional debut in 2018. But he continues to compete in the 3-round format of IBA boxing. The Belgrade winner in March.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent coming to us in the gold corner from right here in Austria. It's HAGAG.
Well, what a wonderful moment for HAGAG. The 24-year-old from right here in Austria, fighting on home soil, fighting in Vienna for the very first time tops the bill en route to the boxing ring. IBA European title at stake here in the super heavyweight division. Ahmed HAGAG, a really accomplished operator, having earned medals in the European Championships, under 22 level, and in the senior edition as well.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as this is an IBA professional title fight and an international contest, we will honour both boxers with their national anthems and, of course, the anthem of the IBA. At this time, let me please welcome into the ring the Secretary General and CEO of the IBA, Mr. Chris Roberts, OBE, and the President of the Austrian Boxing Federation, Mr. Igor Rakitic. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please be upstanding for the anthem of the IBA. presented to you by President of the IBA, Mr. Umar Kremlov, in association with the Österreichische Boxverband. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for this contest are judges at ringside, Barry Tucker of Ireland, Alvin Finch of England, and Jakob Peterson of Estonia. Your referee in charge of the action at the bell from Italy is Luca Vanilonga. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our boxers are ready for action, and our viewers are ready for action. Let me ask you, Vienna, are you ready for action? Introducing to you first, fighting out of the black corner, weighing in at 120 kilograms. He comes to the ring with 32 big wins as an amateur, including 13 by way of knockout. As a professional, he is unbeaten. 6 wins, no losses. 5 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. From Belgrade, Serbia, please welcome the hard-hitting Vladan. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the gold corner, weighing in at 114 kilograms, an experienced amateur boxer with 24 wins to his name. He is an IBA World Championships quarter-finalist and an IBA Golden Belt Series finalist from Braunau, Austria, Damen und Herren, please welcome Ahmed.
Hey guys, Coach Yoel, not much is back. No, holding, listen to my command, touch your guard, back.
So they're the tail of the tape in our main event of the evening. Ahmed Hagag and Vladan Babic facing off for the IBA European title in the super heavyweight division. We're scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds, and we're underway. The IBA European title on the line between 2 accomplished operators from the 3-round realm of IBA boxing. The man wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold is Vladan Babic, 33 years of age, from Belgrade in Serbia. A man making a quick start who has just landed with a flashing overhand right to conclude that 3-punch combination is 24-year-old Ahmed Hagag from right here in Austria. Speaking to both of these boxers yesterday, they were speaking about their excitement at the prospect of battling for the IBA European title. It's been a rapid-fire start by both boxers to begin this one. Hagag looking for that right hand over the top behind his left jab. Content to operate behind that low-held lead left. He's the more fluid of the 2 boxers, but Vladan Babic possesses really heavy hands. Of his 6 victories out of 6 in the professional ranks, 5 of them have come inside the distance. You see him going in search of that right hand over the top just a few moments ago. Scoring left jab to the body off the back foot while moving clockwise to his left from Hagag. Oh, beautiful left-right combination landed from Hagag, and then dropping down effectively to the body before ending that 3-phase attack with another right-hand success upstairs. Just going walkabout beyond punching range, while in the corner attempting a check left hook to spin his way out of there. Hagag, Babic continuing to press over that front foot. You can see Hagag beating him to the punch during the course of this opening round. But Babic continuing to press. And remember, in this division more than any other, a single shot can turn things upside down in an instant. So HAGAG remaining concentrated as Babic gets through with a good scoring left jab to the body. Changing direction and moving counterclockwise now is HAGAG. Left-right success once again from HAGAG, boxing effectively off the ropes, bobbing and weaving before claiming his man and walking him back to the space of center ring. Referee Mr. Luca Varialonga separates the two boxers, closing seconds of this opening round. Left uppercut landed on the inside by Babic, and then digging away with a right hand to the body. Babic standing a towering 6 feet 5 inches tall, or 1.96 meters. That's not ideally suited to inside work, but a mountain of a man. As Ahmed HAGAG makes his way back to the corner and the instructions of his coach and father, Mr. Hassan HAGAG, head coach of Vladan Babic, is Mr. Nebojša Čurović. Some terrific punch picking in evidence during the course of that first round from HAGAG, who started the round brightly, using wonderful speed of hand and foot and fluid movement to score without reply. But then on occasion, Babic not too far away with his own pile-driving punches, particularly that right hand, and that left hook on the inside will have certainly got HAGAG's attention. So into the second round we go. Speaking with both of these men yesterday here at the Hilton Vienna Park. Both of them taking interesting routes into boxing from other sports, ball sports. Beautiful right hand to the body and left hook from HAGAG, who then retreats, Euro stepping his way backwards towards the perimeter of the boxing ring. Big swing and a miss with the right cross from Babic before HAGAG again spins his way out of the corner. But for Vladan Babic, he was a basketball player. And of course, Serbia, such a prolific nation in all sports, but basketball in particular. And the cut to the left eye of HAGAG. Now we're going to have to keep a close eye on the extent of that cut, but it appears to be significant and it's in a bad place. HAGAG will be aware of that, and now referee Mr. Luca Varialonga calling time. And it's a significant injury that has been sustained to both eyes. Let's keep a close eye on Mr. Luca Varialonga. And what gesture does he make in the direction of the officials? But both eyes have just opened up on the face of Ahmed HAGAG, and they appear to be in bad places above the eyes as well. Right around the eyebrows. I'm craning my neck to keep an eye on Mr. Luca Varialonga to see what he gestures in the direction of the ringside officials. See whether these injuries have been sustained by punches or by a clash of heads. But they opened up in a hurry and they have been bleeding profusely. The doctor, after inspection, content for the contest to continue. But they've begun to leak once again as soon as the action resumes, approaching the halfway stage of this second round. Left hook on the back foot from Babic, who nods in the direction of his man as if to say, bring it to me. But HAGAG, having sustained two terrible injuries, really going about his work in a hurry here, picking up the pace of his punches. And again, he dabs at those injured eyes. My goodness. It was the cut to the left eye that I saw first from my commentary position here ringside, but when he made his way over, a cut to his right eye apparent, and his face being turned into a crimson mask here now, with a minute remaining in the second round. Babic keeping his concentration, right hand landed to the body by the man from Serbia. And so as well, as a well-conditioned opponent, right hand is a beautiful shot, then spinning off the line, HAGAG, but as well as a well-conditioned opponent filled with determination and confidence, he's got the adversity and inconvenience of two cuts to deal with. One in over each eye, and it's physical on the inside once more. Left, right to the body from HAGAG is a scoring combinations. Again, he uses his legs effectively to back away from the attempted counter. Beautiful punch picking once more from HAGAG, who's receiving plenty of encouragement from the home fans here. He's telling me that it's his first fight in Austria for some 4 years because he's been on duty representing the national team in IBA tournaments around the world. Good right hand driven in at mid-range from Babic. Forced to swing and miss again as HAGAG goes his way out of the corner, moving counterclockwise to his right. Beautiful punch picking off the back foot from HAGAG as Babic was seeking to apply pressure, but an incident-filled second round. And there is Hassan HAGAG, the father of Ahmed HAGAG, who was a boxer of some repute himself, representing both Egypt, the land of his birth, and Austria back in the late 80s, back in the 80s and 90s. But my goodness, his corner team have got to get to work here because those injuries are significant. Just keeping their man calm is going to be a key component, one suspects, of the instructions coming from Hassan HAGAG and his team. It looks as though it's sharp shooting punches that have had a ripping effect on the eyes of Ahmed HAGAG. So in the event that these injuries cause the bout to be stopped, it will be TKOI for Vladan Babic as we move into the third round. The IBA European title on the line in this super heavyweight contest as HAGAG lands a right hand over the top. And before that, drama of cuts being sustained to both eyes at practically the same time. They're almost simultaneous as HAGAG lands a right uppercut before attempting a left hook during a two-shot combination. I was telling you the routine to boxing for both of these men as Babic lands a pile-driving right hand just above our commentary position, with HAGAG inconvenienced on the ropes, spoken to by referee Mr. Luca Vanilonga about following through with his head. And even though this is the sweet science governed by the Marquis of Queensberry rules, it's a fight ultimately, and these things can and do happen during the course of a bout of boxing. Ahmed HAGAG was a footballer. Didn't start boxing till the age of 14. Loved the team sport of football, but was telling me that he was being bullied at school. And despite having a father who was so immersed in the sport at such a high level, football was his thing, but after encountering bullies at school, took himself to the boxing gym so he could learn how to handle himself and protect himself, and fell in love with it instantly. Similar tale of love at first punch for Vladan Babic, who was a basketball player, but after picking up an injury, his weight ballooned massively, and so went to the gym to lose weight, as again it's heels of the glove and forearms going in from Babic, perhaps seeking to exacerbate those cuts that have been sustained by HAGAG. But his weight ballooned to 140 kilograms, and so went to the gym to lose weight. But again, as soon as he laced them up and started to work on the bag, well, he decided that this was going to be the sport for him going forwards. Didn't start until 20 years of age, but that story of stepping into a gym to lose weight is similar to that of so many boxers. One who springs to mind is Natasha Jonas, multi-weight world champion in professional ranks, Britain's first ever female Olympian into the ring, hence the nickname Miss GB. She went to the Rotunda Club to lose weight up in Liverpool, and she told me when we were commentating on ringside duty together on one night of amateur boxing, that over 25 years later, she's still there and has ascended to being the very best in the world. So the corner have done a good job treating those cuts, because it's only in the closing stages of this second round that they've begun to open up again. And the pattern of the contest set. Punch picking on the move from Ahmed HAGAG. Vladan Babic seeking to apply pressure and unleash pulverizing punches, particularly that right hand. So some of the action from that round. There's the head going in from Vladan Babic after pinning HAGAG to the ropes. It's physical, it's rough and tough on the inside. HAGAG not complaining, but just letting the referee know that there was some follow through with the head, but when he finds space for his punches, he's pot-shotting effectively. So we move into the fourth round of a contest scheduled for 8, the IBA European title on the line in this super heavyweight bout. Ahmed HAGAG from some 3 hours north, some 300 kilometers north of the capital, Vienna. Boxing club is the Branau Boxing Club in the north of the country. And again, look at the manner in which he's shooting out those straight punches. Not really sitting down on them, but they are sharp shots. And he was able to just evade the incoming counter from Babic, who's continuing to seek to back his man up and walk him down as he belts him to the body with a two-shot salvo before bringing a left hook upstairs. Babic backing up HAGAG to his own black corner. And again, continuing to dig away just above the belt line is the man from Belgrade. Beautiful two-shot combination from HAGAG once again, and right hand to the body, left hook upstairs. Babic inaccurate with the left hook and was countered by a right hand, and then a right hand counter came twice in quick succession from Babic, but not before he was scored upon to both body and head by HAGAG. Halfway through this fourth round, left-right from long range landed by HAGAG, who's breathing through an open mouth. Is he beginning to labor a little bit here in this fourth round? Remember, an exclusive operator in the 3-round format of IBA boxing, as it's rough and tough on the inside from Babic once more. Forearm going in, bit of head being left on HAGAG from Babic, and he, remember the weight's not declared, but I think he's the heavier boxer after yesterday's weigh-in. Whereas Vladan Babic, experienced in the professional code. All of his bouts in the pro ranks have been 4-round affairs. Beautiful check right hand again during the course of that 1-2 from Babic. Able to spin off the line counterclockwise to his right. And in addition to those 4-round affairs, Vladan Babic, a veteran of World Series boxing, having competed in 2015 with the China Dragons, fought Lenier Perot in Cuba and Joe Joyce, the Olympic silver medalist in China. So the fourth round, and indeed the fifth, not holding any fears for Vladan Babic, where this represents brand new territory for HAGAG, and you can see that he's feeling the pace as he breathes through an open mouth, and that 60-second interval that he'll have now, welcome respite indeed, as the cuts will be treated once again over in that gold corner. Some of the action from round number 4. When he's got room for his punches, HAGAG is really effective, but Babic seeking to deny him that room by walking him down and backing him up. And then having success with his own right hand, and he's physical on the inside as well, is Babic. As we prepare to go into the second half of the contest, how is Ahmed HAGAG going to hold up physically? So 4 rounds completed, a potential 4 rounds remain in this super heavyweight battle for the IBA European title. Scoring jab to the body to begin the proceedings, as Babic scoring with that lead left hand to the body of HAGAG once again. HAGAG boxing effectively off the ropes, spinning off the line. Jolting left jab landed by Babic. Remember, he invariably has been operating from the center of the ring, whereas HAGAG has been using the entire boxing ring while circumnavigating the ring effectively, such as that check right hand there and then spun off the line, following up with a counter. Wonderful punch picking. There was a bit of an elbow went in from Babic there unintentionally as he went to claim his man. But I'd suggest that more miles have been clocked up on the odometer of HAGAG during the course of this contest, as Babic scores with a right hand to the body, countered by a right hand over the top from HAGAG. And again, the two men leaning on one another once more. Babic now operating behind a low-held guard, mirroring the stance of HAGAG, who steps in with a left-right combination with a right hand. Was a scoring shot upstairs. He looks for the check right hand once more, does HAGAG, and finds his head beneath the left armpit of Babic, seeking to sap the strength of the man from Austria. Right hand to the body was partially blocked by the left arm of Babic. But again, the pattern continues of pot-shotting and pivoting from HAGAG as Babic trying to back his man up and then impose himself physically and his will, of course, in this contest. Left-right combination saw the right hand rendered a slap as it came over the top from HAGAG. Heel of the glove into the face of HAGAG once again from Babic. So Babic continuing his pursuit of HAGAG. HAGAG takes a good right hand from Babic, who really found the range, and then a left hook to the body, followed by more success in combination fashion from the man from Serbia. And again, HAGAG appears to be really feeling the pace here, just steals a glance to his own corner before a clumping right hand checks his chin. And then Babic leaning on the inside, just seeking to sap the strength of HAGAG further. Check right hand success once again from Babic as the two men lean on the inside once more. So the uncharted territory successfully navigated by HAGAG during the course of that round. But again, we have to pose the question as to how is he feeling physically. That this 60-second respite will be welcomed by the multiple European medalists in the three-round format of boxing. But one suspects that Babic will be sensing his opportunity here, because he will know more than anybody, or have a sense as to how HAGAG is feeling. He'll hear his breathing, he'll feel the effect of his punches, the sharpness of them. And if there's any diminishment, or if there's any change in the breathing and diminishment in the sharpness or power of the shots, he would have downloaded that information and will go about pursuing his man with renewed purpose here as we prepare to go into the sixth round. So into round number 6 we go. Vladan Babic, hearing the timekeeper make that announcement for the first time in his decorated career. As the pace is just slowing here to begin this sixth round, and again, unsurprising, there's a check right hand attempted again from HAGAG, but he couldn't find a range and wasn't able to slide off the ropes. Digging in with the right hand as the two boxers are entwined in a clinch is Babic. And Babic again operating out of that wide-legged stance, just stalking his man here now. As HAGAG takes a good right hand to the chin, but then it was countered by HAGAG, drawing that coming together. And good burst of punches to the body from HAGAG, showing his competitive spirit, because his chin was checked by a really accurate pot shot right hand from Babic a few moments ago. He was aware of that, and then there's another combination to both body and head. And I posed the question as to whether HAGAG is feeling the pace. If he is, surely Babic standing off a little too much, because now HAGAG has energy levels appears to have recovered, and that is why he's been letting his hands go in combination fashion to good effect here as we approach the midpoint of this 6th round. Again, a boxer in condition. You can see their energy levels recover rapidly, even though they can appear to be feeling the pace. If they're not put under any pressure, you can get that respite in between the 4 corners of the boxing ring. Energy levels can head back towards optimal in a matter of a few seconds. Babic seems to be feeling the pace as well as he leans on to HAGAG. Just under a minute remaining in round number 6. Well, there are cries of holding coming from the corner of Babic as HAGAG is pot-shotting, and then look at that, claiming his man beneath his armpits. Beautiful right hand off the back foot from HAGAG after Babic had a success on the front foot. But it's physical and untidy on the inside as we approach the 10-second clapper here in the 6th round. Right-left combination was a reverse 1-2 from HAGAG, who despite the fatigue that is enveloping him like a blanket, able to produce pot shot combinations of quality like that. He's managed that round really well, has Ahmed HAGAG, because I think that he was wilting at the start of it, but his energy levels recovered and he managed to pick his moments where he chose to let his hands go. Did so effectively, inconvenienced Babic by tying him up, and cleverly got his way through the 6th round. We take a look at some of the action. Cracking right hand landed by Babic. As the 2 men studied one another, but that was a really wonderfully picked right cross from the man from Belgrade. Dipped the knees of HAGAG, but he took it well, but then afterward that spurred him into life, working effectively to both body and head, and just choosing the moments when he decided to let his hands go. So we move into round number 7. Left hook off the ropes from HAGAG after Babic went power driving forwards, and as the 2 men disengage, it's a crisp 1-2 combination from HAGAG. Left-right, which swiveled the head of Babic. And HAGAG has emerged from his corner to begin round number 7 with renewed energy and fervor through the first 30 seconds of this penultimate round. Babic continuing to lean in with his head. HAGAG with the dangerous tactic of having his chin up in the air and his eyes looking at the ring lights. As Babic pursues his man once more, catches him with a left hook followed by a right hand after he momentarily pinned HAGAG towards his own black corner. Oh, what a right hand landed from Babic, and it visibly dipped the knees of HAGAG. He appeared to momentarily wilt as though somebody had pulled the plug. Now, how badly hurt has he been by that right hand success landed by the man from Belgrade? He lets his hands go competitively once again before claiming him once more. Did Babic recognize the extent to which he seemingly hurt HAGAG? Because he would have been unsighted because he fell into a clinch, but again, he would have felt the presence of his opponent. And both boxers really feeling the pace here beyond the halfway stage of this penultimate round. But HAGAG showing a fantastic competitive spirit, because he's, remember, beyond 3 rounds for the first time in his boxing career, but he's negotiated this brand new experience with wonderful demonstrable desire. Can Babic summon up the energy and the accuracy to take advantage of any fatigue that HAGAG may be experiencing? But Babic feeling the pace as well. Remember, he beyond 5 rounds, the 5-round distance of World Series boxing for the first time in his career. And again, this contest perhaps been taken beyond the realms of physical conditioning here now, and these about the intangibles of desire and determination as the two men take a tumble to the canvas. My goodness. And that is an awful lot of weight to pick up off the mat for Vladan Babic, and that'll take energy in itself. So closing seconds of this 7th round. Right hand. And spinning off the line is HAGAG. And again, just that brief interval where Babic was picking himself up off the floor, just re-energizing his gas tanks and allowing him to produce that check right hand. But on the bell, another solid 2-shot salvo landed by Babic. Credit to both of these super heavyweights for the commitment that they are demonstrating with 3 minutes remaining in this battle for the IBA European title. Well, Vladan Babic landed a blistering right hand during the course of that contest in that very corner where he is taking a stall now. A crisp 2-shot success for HAGAG. But that was the right hand, and look at how it dipped the knees of HAGAG. Then a clinch ensued, and I wonder whether Babic was aware of the effect that it had on his opponent. Cleverly tying his man up was HAGAG, showing veteran savvy beyond his 24 years as we move into the final round in this battle for the IBA European belt. It's been a fantastic contest filled with commitment, determination and desire as a right hand landed from HAGAG, spins out of the corner, then gets back to the space of center ring. And much like the old school trainers, Angelo Dundee and Ray Arcel, he has emerged with his hair neatly brushed into place. Because after the physical 7th round that he contested, that can lead the man in the other corner thinking, well, hold on a minute, how come my man looks so fresh? Put that hair back into place, the blood from the cuts has been cleaned up, and he appears almost as fresh as he did when he entered the ring to begin this battle for the IBA European crown. Again, such is the psychology of this wonderful sport of boxing. Tricks can be played on the mind of the opponent. Remember, in so many instances where boxers have endured torrid rounds only to emerge looking revitalized and refreshed, that can be really dispiriting for the opponent in the other corner. So approaching the halfway stage of this final round is another right hand. Bazookas its way home for Vladan Babic. But HAGAG is continuing to bob and weave in front of his man, tries a right hand to the body. May have glanced the rib cage of Babic. And again, the fatigue that he's experiencing etched all over his face, but the man's desire and competitive spirit indomitable. Because again, he's continuing to battle through the discomfort of his fatigue, trying to see whether he sustained another cut on the bridge of his nose. Ahmed HAGAG, but he's still in there, not only competing, but maneuvering his way around the boxing ring, up on his toes. Again, clearing that nose as Luca Vadilonga content for the contest to continue. Final 30 seconds of what has been a really physical, hard-fought, attritional affair. Cut sustained to both eyes of Ahmed HAGAG in the 2nd round, and here in the final round he appears to have sustained a cut around the bridge of his nose, around his left eye. But he's going to make it through to the final bell, and I think in between all of the incidents that he will have done enough to be declared the victor here. Vladan Babic in the contest every second of the way had successes particularly with his right hand. But the two men giving absolutely everything. That is how much the IBA European title means to both of these boxers. And it's a long, weary-legged walk back to his own black corner for Vladan Babic. He played his part in what was a really hard-fought, competitive affair. And there is evidence to the cut beneath the left eye of Ahmed Hagag, in addition to the cuts above both eyes sustained in the second round. But both men giving absolutely everything during the course of that contest. Now I happen to think that Ahmed Hagag, the man in the white, the gold corner, has done enough to have his hand raised as the victor here. But he will know that he has been in a fight. Vladan Babic testing his chin, examining his resolve and desire, particularly with his right hand. Vladan Babic in with a boxer who was fleet of both hand and foot. And Ahmed Hagag used those qualities effectively, even when he was seriously fatigued. He showed a veteran savvy up there in the boxing ring, did the 24-year-old, to buy himself some time, remain beyond punching distance, and then explode into life with an eye-catching flurry of punches. Despite this man's best efforts, I think it's going to be Ahmed Hagag's hand who's raised as the victor here. But of course, we need official confirmation from the three scoring judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for both of these warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, who is now the IBA Professional European Champion. In the gold!
Ahmed Hagag punching the air in absolute delight at having been declared a unanimous points decision victor over Vladan Babic of Serbia. And that means that he is the newly minted IBA European champion in the super heavyweight division. And my goodness, what a hard-earned bauble he has just secured here tonight. Cut above both eyes in the second round, cut beneath his left eye in the final round. Took some hellacious right hands from Vladan Babic during the course of that 8-round contest. A contest where Vladan Babic was always in it. But the effective pot-shotting and punch-picking of Ahmed Hagag, enough to see him declared a unanimous point decision victor and the new IBA European champion. Let's hear his post-fight thoughts here now.
Two last questions. Firstly, a word on your opponent, Vladan Babic. It takes two warriors to have a great fight like that, and I saw a lot of respect between you after the fight.
For sure. Last time so with a lot of experience. We need actually, actually, most of the time by international tournaments. It was also organized in the IBA. But actually, by the Droshi, we didn't compete actually together, but now we got this guy, and I respect
eventually the goal would be an IBA world title shot. So how do you feel about building up the ranks?
Like I told before, thank you for the animal, especially thanks to Mr. Christopher, who was here to give me the chance. And I hope it will be the last chance like I told before. And yeah, we just look forward for the next match or the next event. And I hope that I will invite you to my boxing fan.
Just give one final message to all your friends and supporters here who are in this room who came out to support you.
Thank you for everybody here. It was incredible night with your support. Thanks for everybody here, and I hope I make you proud actually. This fight.
Congratulations, your new IBA Pro European champion. Congratulations.
So Ahmed HAGAG, understandably emotional after that terrific triumph to claim the IBA European title. As we take a look at some of the action, we're looking at a replay sequence. I can tell you that Ahmed HAGAG has summoned up the energy to produce some impressive capoeira up in the boxing ring during the course of his celebrations. But this is how hard fought the affair was. He sustained 2 significant cuts in the second round, both of which were caused by the punches of Vladan Babic. But he managed to summon up the energy, withstand the heavy right hands that Babic landed on repeated occasions during the course of this contest. None better than that, which visibly dipped the man's knees. But he managed to use boxing and movement to get the better of Vladan Babic, who deserves immense credit for the part that he played in what was a really competitive, entertaining affair. But after 8 rounds of boxing, it is Ahmed HAGAG who was declared a unanimous point decision victor and thereby claimed the IBA European title. Well, that concludes what has been a fantastic night of action here at the Hilton Vienna Park on this IBA Champions Night stage. Make sure you stay across the IBA social channels for all of the latest news, updates and information about IBA boxing, both in Champions Night events and the 3-round format as well. We've got the World Youth Championships coming up in Budva, Montenegro, of course. That's a fantastic tournament for the best emerging talents from around the world. And the IBA Champions Night action continues to come thick and fast from major metropolises from all over the globe. But from everyone here in the Austrian capital of Vienna, it just remains for me to say thank you for staying with us, and we'll see you again very soon for more boxing from IBA Champions Night events. Bye for now.